Got it. Threat tracker.
Okay, guys, we're live. All right. Just a real quick go around the table, introduce everybody. Welcome, guys. This is our first play of Walking Dead for those of us watching from home. Our first plays are basically what we do is we stumble through the rules fundamentally. It'll be the first time we've played this game. Cheat a little bit. I've read these rules. Where I try to read them at least once to make sure I try to get the major problems out of the way so that you guys at home aren't stuck watching us kind of just stumble for hours upon hours. And this particular first scenario that we're going to play is the introductory scenario that is in the read this first rule book. So you have this game is divided into two rule books, the one that Mike has, which is much thicker, and this sort of introductory one. In general, this game is pretty easy when it comes to miniature games in particular. And I have run this demo for people several times. So this part I know pretty good. The one we're going to play after this, because this should go fairly quick, can be a little more involved. And if we have time, we'll try to do a third scenario. So real quick, I'm John. I own the store, Little Shop of Magic. And when I say fairly simple, I've been playing miniature games for a long time. Mike over here, I think the only difference between me and we're both old. The only difference is Mike, when he was playing miniature games, I think they were carved, the rule books were carved on stone tablets.
Yeah.
I waited for the printing press, but other than that...
And we molded with sand out of the...
the Play-Doh and stuff like that. And then...
Joel Hillhouse.
I know you're a pretty die-hard miniature player,
Yeah, I've
right?
been playing probably since I was 15. I'm in my 40s now.
Okay, so you know, like you play Dust and you play, what else?
I used to play 40K, Necromunda, War Machine when it came out.
Mm-hmm. So in the grander scope of things, this is, when you add all the rules, a pretty meaty miniature game, but to start off with, it's actually pretty simple to learn. What's interesting about this miniature game is you can play it solo, you can play it you against the zombies, you can play it co-op, a gang of survivors, which will be this first mission, against the zombies, and head-to-head, where you have the zombies in the middle of things, but Mike's got a rival gang, and he's got a rival gang, and they can't stand each other, and they're all going after the same supplies, and whoever gets eaten in the meantime, we don't care. Alright, so starting this first scenario, it's pretty simple. It's just a 10 by 10 area, alright, and all we did was we took the playmat that comes with the box set, folded it in quarters like it is to begin with, and that's 10 by 10. Normal playing surface for this is 20 by 20, but they say you can play games larger than 300 points, and if you haven't played miniature games, usually everything in the game has a certain amount of points, and you decide what you're going to put in your gang. You decide an upper point limit. They talk about 100 points can usually be done easily in about half an hour, but they say if you're going to do more than 300 points, you want to go to a 20-inch by 40-inch, something like that rectangle. Okay. So, this first scenario is pretty simple. There's some walkers on the board, and I don't know if that's going to show it off because of the glare, so you can take the cellophane off. That might be better. Yep, that's better. All right, and there's more zombies in the box, but we're just playing with what we need right now. So this first scenario, basically what we have is we got this 10 by 10 area, and we have 3 supply counters. These represent stuff that can be useful to the survivors, you know, food, bandages, ammunition, and they've been sent on a mission to retrieve these, but of course the problem is there's some walkers in the way. All right, so certain models and the walkers. So the survivors, we have Sandra and Patrick, who wants to, their same point cost. Sandra is a little bit better at, she's not as good at fighting, but she's got the ability to potentially get herself out of a melee with the zombies. She's slippery. And then you have Patrick, who's a little bit better at fighting. Do you guys have a preference?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Draw one. Okay, you get Patrick.
Sandra.
Get you a baseball bat. And Patrick is over here. And Sandra is over here. Alright. If you will look at Sandra, so going over the anatomy of the cards for the heroes real quick, there's usually a point cost associated with each hero in the upper left corner, okay? Name and a type, okay? These become important for skills and for construction of your gang afterwards, okay? And then you will see 3 attributes: melee, shoot, and defense. This tells you how many dice you will use when you're either fighting in hand-to-hand combat, shooting, or defending, okay? Nerve won't take place in this first one, but basically nerve gives you an indication of how good they are under pressure. There's a psychology rule with this game, and you can go in a situation of panic where you lose control of your character, and this die determines what he's going to do, okay? Instead of you, basically, to start off with. The other thing to look at is the health. You should both have a wound marker on your, actually, here we go, it's the EKG one. And your starting health, so you each have 4 points of health. And down below, there will be any special abilities. Now, if you look at Sandra, she's got a special rule that basically she's nimble. So when she starts a melee with a melee that includes Sandra, she can roll one of the black dice. And if she manages to roll the sheriff's badge, okay, she moves out of base. So you can avoid combat if you want it. Okay. All right. So starting off, and here are the walker stats. Walkers don't have wounds. If they take a wound, they go down. However, they're not permanent down unless you give a headshot in. All right, we'll get into that in just a second. All right, so the game is divided in 4 phases. You got an action phase, an event phase, a melee phase, and an end phase. During the action phase is when the heroes go. And in this particular scenario, it's going to be you 2 guys working together to get these supplies. And basically, the scenario is one when all 3 of these are in your possession. Okay? Now, during the action, there's usually a number of actions you can do, but for this intro scenarios, we're only going to be detailed 2. One's a search, when you're in base contact with one of these counters, and nobody else is touching, no rival is touching that counter, you're a zombie or a rival gang, wherever, not that there's any right now, you can spend an action to search it. The other action you can do in this basic scenario is to move. Move comes in 2 forms. There is a 4-inch sneak, okay? Which doesn't cause any noise. So you can move up to 4 inches, okay, without causing any noise. Or you can run for 8 inches, but running causes noise. Noise tends to attract the walkers, okay? You can only do 1 action once per turn. You get 2 actions, but you can't run twice. You can't shoot twice, and you get what I'm getting at? Okay. So, for this first turn, I don't care who goes first, you guys figure it out. I'll roll for the zombies because I'm the neutral party in this one to begin with. Oh, and the threat level, this is the other important thing in the game. The threat level for this particular scenario starts in low, and this will go up, and you'll see how this works in a minute.
I'm going to sneak 4 inches.
Okay, so the other important thing to note when you move would be this kill zone. So during the event phase, zombies that have any survivors in their kill zone will immediately move towards them and engage. So Mike wanted to stay a little bit away from that, which makes sense. Okay.
Are you allowed to pre-measure?
Yes, you're completely allowed to. It's very important in this game because you want to know where everything is and what's going on.
Well, then I'm going to
Can I sneak twice?
No. You can only do 1 action once. So in this particular case, you wasted 1 of your actions. But the only action available to you in this beginning scenario is the search.
Oh, move it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will sneak forward.
Okay, be careful of the threat in the kill zone. Alright, so that was the action phase. Like I explained to Mike, normally you get 2 actions, but in this base scenario you only have 2 available to you, which is to move, either by run or sneak, and then to search. Okay? So that being done, now we go into the event phase. Okay? Walkers are activated. We check the kill zones. That's the first thing you do. Okay, so this guy, nope. And this lady, almost, but not quite. And we already know that was out. So they're not going to move that way, okay? The other thing that happens now is you have this event deck. Okay? And once you're done checking the kill zones, because what happens, they'll move first in the kill zone, but potentially they can move again based on this event. So you draw a card, and you look at you go from the top to bottom. Hey, Alex. Everybody at home, this is Alex. Alex is probably our youngest player, and you're just in time to run the zombies for us. Have a seat. We're playing this initial scenario, which is a cooperative one, but you'll play the antagonist for the time being.
Okay.
You'll figure out what we're doing here in a minute. So the first thing that's going to happen, it adds +1 threat. Okay? So we're still in the low threat area over here, but we just increased the threat by 1 because of this card. Now, the hunger, okay? We look at what area we're in. We're in the low threat area and we follow this. Had we been in medium threat, we would have done this, okay? And it gets worse and worse. Most scenarios, if you get to this, the maximum threat, you're game over. You're
Okay.
done, okay? So low threat, each player moves one eligible walker towards the nearest survivor. Now, when you play cooperative games, you're both considered the player. It's not one for you and one for you.
Okay.
Okay? So when we look at this, then each player moves one eligible walker towards the nearest survivor. So that one is how many inches away? 2?
So as one player, we're only moving one zombie.
Correct.
Or one walker.
Correct. And this one is a little bit shorter, it looks like, yes. And this one is still further away. So that one's going to move. So Alex, you're going to take this guy and move him base-to-base contact. Okay. He's eligible. Okay. Had he been in base-to-base contact already, this is not an eligible walker. He's already in base-to-base contact. You would have gone to this one. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Awesome. So this is resolved. Now we look at the melee phase. If there's any combat, that increases it by 1. Doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, 3. If there's any combat, you increase the threat level by 1. Okay? And now we have our first hand-to-hand encounter. They targeted Sandra. Now Sandra has the opportunity to attack by using that. So this will tell you how many dice of what color you roll.
Okay.
Good, better, best. Okay? It's just a number of blanks.
White and blue.
Yep. Just a number of blanks on it. So Sandra can either attack with a red die or defend with a white die. If you decide to defend, no matter what you do, you won't put any damage on the enemy. But you have a little bit better defense than you have attack. Okay? You can also choose, however, to activate her special power and try to disengage and potentially not get bit.
Well, since it's a special rule, let's go ahead and try it.
Okay, so she's going to roll the black die.
Okay.
If she rolls the sheriff,
She moves.
out of base contact and at least 1 inch away from all current enemies.
And
Okay?
she's got
so
the
you can
sheriff.
disengage up to 1 inch.
From
You
all
can go
current.
towards you can go towards your buddy over there. Okay. Perfect. So that takes care of that, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So now we get to the end phase, where if there was any walkers that have been knocked down, so unless you get a headshot on a walker, there's a chance he's gonna. It's a 50-50 chance in the end phase he's gonna get back up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we're back to the beginning of the turn. Okay. And did I do that in a cooperative game? When does it happen? Every turn. The threat level goes up by 1, and I forgot when exactly. Moving activated. Headshots, resolve damage. End phase, victory starter. But I don't remember, but we'll go with during the beginning, the action phase. In a cooperative game, this always goes up by 1. Okay? At the beginning of the turn, at the end of the turn, I don't remember exactly. But. Okay, so now it's back to you guys.
No matter who moves first.
Up to you guys. You can choose whichever way you want.
If you know what you're going to do, go ahead.
I don't yet.
All right.
And there you go, sir.
I'm going to run to right there.
Okay? So running makes noise. That means zombies within hearing distance of that noise, which is this one over here, this 10 inches, okay, are going to hear that. So then you would take the closest one, and it's going to shamble the 6 inches towards that. So he's engaged in combat. That takes away his second action. Okay?
Oh,
So
it
you
does?
It does. If you want to step it back, you can.
It didn't tell us that before.
I understand. That's why I'm telling you. If you want to take it back, you can. Once you're engaged in melee, you lose any remaining actions.
All right. Well, since I was somewhere
Yep, roughly.
there, let me see what.
There you go. You have another
I
tape.
think that eyeball says I'm not making it to the counter by sneaking. So that's what the whole objective was. Oh, I guess well, that's kind of, since they're gonna run to me anyway, I'll sneak over here. Well,
Okay.
I won't have a second action no matter what I do.
Correct. You might as well run.
I might as well get in contact
Alright.
with the counter.
All right. So then that zombie, which is the closest zombie, is going to engage in combat. It's your action, sir.
That's Let's go ahead and run. Let's make it happen, quick and dirty.
Which means that the one the closest to walkers, which is those with
That would be this one.
But with noise, you only move one eligible walker. There's other effects called mayhem, setting off a handgun. Okay? It will move all walkers that can hear you, all eligible
So
walkers.
since I moved one, he gets a free run.
He,
Since we already moved the one walker for our player, he gets a free run without moving
no,
a
because
walker.
each piece causes noise.
I understand that.
Now, the event is what you get only one if it says move for each eligible player.
Okay.
So it's not a free run. You still, each, like even if it was just you, each one of your miniatures that moves can cause noise or sets off a handgun.
So that's a separate noise action. So
Correct,
this one
yes.
is moving over there.
Yep.
Correct. If it was the closest. Alright. How shall we know when does it
Immediately
increase?
phase.
Alright, so now we're into the okay, so now we're back to this. So the first thing we do is we check the kill zone. He's not within kill zone of anybody. These guys don't care about the kill zone, they're already engaged. So he's not going to move. Now we look at, there is combat, so I increase his threat by 1. Okay. Alright, bad luck. Pandemonium. So Pandemonium adds +1 to the threat, pushing us into the medium threat. Okay? So now we look at medium threat. Each player rolls two blue dice. Don't care who it is, but you roll that one twice. And move that many eligible walkers in the direction of their choice.
5,
Okay? 5.
if you're talking
You-
about success symbols.
You can only move 1 right now, right?
In any direction we want.
Except when you're a cooperative, they're always moving towards the nearest player.
Okay.
Okay? Now this is the bad news. That was 1. You still have 4 zombies that you need to move. And this is where Alex starts to have fun. Grab 4 more zombies from the box.
which is these ones up here.
Yeah, you'll see them. They're shambling. They're missing limbs. They're
Okay.
not too happy. There's some more heroes in that box. But. Okay?
Okay.
And now you can put them along the edges. Okay, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then you can double up 1. But you can't put them within a killed zone
Okay. So
of a player.
put
Yeah.
one there.
And they're
one
considered to
there.
have moved on to the board, so that's they're done. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And it gets worse because then it says then this amount of walkers enter play. So
Wow.
one more. Figure out where you want to double.
Wow.
Yes, things can get really bad really quick. Okay. So now Mike's combat is easy. Do you choose to fight or do you choose to defend?
Fight.
Okay. So you're gonna fight. You got 1. Zombies, roll 1 die to
Okay.
attack. Sort of. So right now it's just 1 zombie over there. So roll 1 die. You rolled a blank. Okay. 1 to 0 wins. This zombie is defeated. He's pushed back 1 inch, knocked down. And had Mike gotten a headshot, that means that you don't knock down the zombie. You take it out of play entirely.
Okay.
If he did any wounds with a headshot, out. Against another character, that counts as an additional wound.
Okay.
So if you two got in a fight for some reason. All right, now for you it gets a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Zombies pile on. So the first zombie is going to have 1 die. The second zombie is going to have 2 dies. The third zombie would have had 3 dice, and you keep adding them together.
Yep.
Okay, it gets pretty nasty. So you're facing 3 dice versus what would you like to do?
Might as well fight.
You're gonna fight. Okay, so there's your.
1 die.
So I roll all 3 dice simultaneously.
All right. Okay, 1 and 1. It's a tie. In case of ties, the player wins versus
Okay.
the zombies. So these 2 guys get pushed back. You didn't do any damage to them because it's a tie.
Mhm.
Okay. but you managed to push him off.
Okay.
For the time being, you're okay. Okay, so now end phase. That zombie that's down, we roll a die. 3 of these are blank. Oh, you're the zombie player. You might as well do this. Okay, he stays down. All right.
You like playing zombies.
Yeah.
All right. Beginning of next turn, we're gonna increase this by 1. You guys are up. Now, see, you can search and then get out.
Yeah.
But you can find out what's there.
Can you carry more than one?
Yeah, you can carry as many as you want. Yes.
So
As long as basically, when you guys have all 3 markers in your possession, you win the
Okay.
game.
you're within 4 and I'm not of that, so I can't get to it. You can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna search and sneak.
Okay, search. So you flip that to the search side. Okay. Normally you would leave that counter there, but in this particular case, the idea is to pick them up so you can put them on your character sheet.
And
Wanna
then I'm
keep
gonna
them
sneak.
All right, and you're gonna sneak away. Get out of the zombies, a bajillion of them.
I don't know if this is gonna get.
Either that, or if you go over here, you might be able to lend him a hand. But okay, so now when you search, you're gonna get a supply card, which may be useful. What'd you get?
Armor body. Reduce
Okay,
damage.
awesome.
Oh, this is very
So if you
useful.
look at your character, there is a spot for a head, for a body in armor, and for a head armor, an item and an item. And your backpack can hold 3 items. Yours can hold 2 items in the backpack.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So there you go. You got some body armor under, and he sneaked for the second action.
Okay.
Sneak doesn't cause any noise, so I need to measure anything. Go ahead. Your turn.
I'm gonna search.
Hey, a tire iron.
It's a
Adds to
white
your
dice to
melee.
melee.
Yep. So you put it there. Perfect. So literally, what's happening is when you attack, you can attack with a red die and a white die.
Okay.
Now, if you had 2 weapons, you would need to choose which weapon
Okay.
to use. Does that make sense? Yep, that's yours. And you got an action remaining to you, so you could
I'm gonna try
sneak
and
on
move.
that zombie.
Try and sneak towards the other one.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's well within range.
All right. So now we go to the what's the second phase called? Not
They're
the-
both in
the event
range.
phase. All right. So first kill zone, he's gonna move there. Second kill zone, he's actually out of the kill zone. Yes. Is he in? I can't see from there.
Looks like he's just right inside.
Okay. Now, they will push other zombies out of the way.
Okay.
As a player, you cannot move through other players. Okay. The thing that stops zombies is barriers, which we're going to get to in the second
Okay.
mission. Okay. And now, I'm going to
Combat.
go around and check any of these. That
Right.
one's out.
That one's out.
Those are going to be
These
out.
2 are
Those
out.
are the only questionable ones.
Out. He's out.
Out. Okay, so now you're just hoping that the event phase gives you something. Roamers. All right, medium threat. That's where we're at right now. Each player rolls the blue die and moves that many eligible walkers in the direction of their choice. Yep.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Direction of our choice, but cooperative is always.
Correct. So when they talk about direction of your choice,
That's so.
it's
the
when
players-
we're
player-
facing each
players.
other,
So
right?
One
So-
time.
One time. That's it. So 3 will move. So you got the
Towards
3
the-
closest to you are going to move towards you, Mike. 2. And see if any of them, I don't know if they can reach. But
Probably not. What's the walker's melee?
Yeah.
6.
Oh, 6.
6. Yep, so one of those will move. Good thing you got some more body armor there, Mike.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Now, there's
Attack.
combat, so this is going to go up by 1.
So that's 1 red and a white.
Is that, you're going to fight?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, first
And then
zombie
first
is
zombie
1
gets
die,
1.
second zombie is
Second
2
zombie
dice.
is 2.
There you go. Okay, 1 versus 1.
Zombies get
Push him
pushed
back.
Mike, what you going to do?
Fight.
Defend?
Right.
Or fight? Okay.
So in
So-
this case, I would get another.
Yeah, so you get actually 3 for the third one, 2 for the second one, and 1 for the first one. Yep, all those together.
Okay.
2. And the one you
jeez.
didn't roll.
This one.
There was one, that one.
Oh, this one.
Yep. Okay, so you got, yeesh. Okay, 1, 2. Is he dead?
Oh, yeah.
Now, There was a
That
headshot
was
in
six.
there kind of
That was
situation.
6 minus 1 makes 5. I only have 4 health.
Had you caused a damage and he wasn't dead, he would have flipped his health counter over to the bite thing. And then you have to see when you're bitten, there's a possibility you lose from the wound points every turn. All right, Mike's out. You can still win this though. All right, beginning of the turn, increase this.
Okay. So to win, I'm still going to need to pick up
All you gotta do is
his.
search and you win.
Okay.
Because the objective was to literally have 3 of these markers.
Oh, okay. I'm going to search.
Okay, and you get
So you don't have to get them off the table.
no.
Well, I could have.
Hockey stick.
Well, yeah, your choice of what do you want to do for
Yeah.
the second action? Well, fundamentally, I think we do one. Let's see here. Moving walkers, event, melee. Yep. Yeah, turn 2. And face. Now the players check for victory. In the start of the game, victory is achieved when the survivors are holding all 3 of the supply counters. Okay, so technically you're not. You haven't won yet. You gotta go
Okay.
pick up that one.
That's
So you
what
got
I
a
was
second
thinking.
action. And a Bishigant zombie.
Welcome to being dead.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be dead.
I'm
but
better dead than red.
Fair. Yeah, no. Technically,
I
when
took
you're
a
dead,
headshot.
you took a headshot, didn't you? That's
Yes.
right.
So I'm.
Okay. He's not coming back to haunt
Yeah,
me.
you're good. Yeah, you're good. They ate you too much.
So,
Oh yeah, they really ate
They
you.
really did too much.
Yeah, you don't get surrounded
Yeah.
this game. It gets pretty bad.
6 to. Yeah.
I'm going to have to move
In
regardless.
the end phase, you want to say
Oh,
zombie
that's
gets
right,
up?
the zombie.
Yeah, that might have been-
No.
Nope, he's still down.
Okay, so
Remember that time we got hit with its broken limb?
to win, I'm going to have to get it off the board. So let's go ahead and move.
You know,
No,
sneak.
you just have to pick it up.
You just have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I have to
Yeah,
do?
you
Except the
you
problem is the zombies are in contact with it.
Right,
Yeah.
so if you can sneak there, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can.
All right, so sneak, pick it up, and yes, that's it. Because then the next turn you would, well, in the melee phase,
Yeah.
you'd be dead. But it's actually at the end of the phase, so potentially there's still a possibility of
Being
Oh,
dead.
Yep. So that moves us into the next one. So he's definitely there. He's there, and he's there. Now the question is, any of these?
No, they
Nope.
should be out.
Alright. So let's see what happens with the event. Won't stay down. Medium threat. As low threat. As low threat. In addition. Okay, so low threat. For each prone walker, roll a black die. On a sheriff's badge, the walker gets up. He gets up.
One walker that was down. is
Okay.
out.
And now, in addition, each player rolls a blue die and moves that many eligible walkers in the direction of their choice. So basically, go ahead.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
3. So what you can potentially want to, and see if this one reaches, shamble, 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 shamble.
Oh, yeah.
The only way you're going to get out of this, in my opinion, is if you can use your special power and go, because then the next turn, well, at the end of that turn, you win. Because if you get in combat here,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
dead.
gone.
Yeah.
And I got the dice.
That saved your day. End of the turn, we check for victory conditions. You got all 3 markers.
Yep.
You run away. Mike was left as a pile of goo on the floor. All right, yeah, like I said, the first one's really simple and really quick. Now, the second one is going to be an example of player versus player and zombie thrown into the mix. So, never played this one before. We got 4 people. We want to do 2 gangs of 2. Does that sound good to you guys?
Sure.
Alright. Excuse me. Now, this is going to introduce morale and some other little finery things. And the supplies now, all the supplies go in the deck. Alright. I wanted to talk about supplies versus equipment. Supplies is stuff you pick up on the board in the game. Equipment is stuff you pay point cost to equip your character with. Okay?
Okay.
And you start the game with them. Alright. So, event is going to be the full event deck, not just that. Zombies and roamers. Would you mind giving this a shuffle, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what characters it wants for. Senda. Alright, and it also introduced terrain. Now, so a little bit about the release schedule for this game. This starts at, what is this? There we go. This game is currently in pre-release phase.
Okay.
So there's some stuff that came out and is already practically sold out during the pre-release phase. One of those things is the vinyl mats. They have vinyl, like, street surface things, and three-dimensional terrain pieces. So they have actual cars and stuff like that. We are going to be dealing with just these cardboard cutouts that come out of the base set. When you start talking about doing their setup for terrain and stuff like that, it'll tell you, each scenario will tell you, like the scenario that Mike is reading right now, that is the general purpose scenario that comes in the rulebook, that gives you 14 points of terrain to put around. And each thing has different points.
Okay.
Like a barrier is 1 point, a car is 2 points. So, based on what terrain you have in the scenario will tell you how many points you need. We're playing this one in here, Mike, not that one.
Yeah. But this one just says use 4 wrecked cars and 6 barriers.
If you're using the base set and the keep reading.
Yes, base set. Correct.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can use 14 points of your own terrain. Okay, so now going into surviving on your own. Okay, so at the outsides of Atlanta, Rick is teaching Carl to shoot. So I know that Rick and Carl are going to be in there. All right, and the noise of the gunshot has drawn the walkers a bit too close. However, the walkers weren't the only ones nearby. A rival group has turned up, hoping for an easy score. All right, so now we're going to take Rick and Carl. Rick.
I think that's the Rick figure.
Grimes and Carl. Yep. That's before they chop off his hand in the comic book, which I don't think happened in the TV series yet. Or is it ever going to happen?
Just happened, I think.
Oh, did it? Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but okay. All right. And then the other taking Derek's gang. Okay, in this game you won't just be finding them there. There are others. Okay, so who's Derek's gang? Derek's gang is 3 people. There we go. Patrick, Derek, and Liam. I believe. Who else? Sandra.
There's Sandra.
Yeah, but I don't think she's part of that. Can't remember the characters. Oh, here we go. Derek, Sandra.
Is that one of them?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Derek, Sandra, Patrick. Okay. Those would be the bad. Liam is out. Alright, so do you guys have a preference who you want to run?
Not at all.
No, not really.
Mike, what do you want to do?
Is
You
that
want to be on my
Patrick?
team?
Well, yeah.
Well, they're opposing sides, so you 2 guys want to be on one team, or how do you guys want to do this?
That works.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Alright, so let's do this. Gang leaders. Who wants to draw?
I drew last time.
Okay, so we're the bad guys.
Okay.
I'll let you have these 2, or you want Derek?
That's fine.
Alright.
I'm not picky.
Well, not either, but
As long as we get to play.
yep. Alright, so now we need some cars over here. We're gonna have some barriers.
Within the same group and within. Okay, so Carl needs to stay in the same kill zone as Rick
Okay.
because there's a bonus to Rick of a red dice on melee and defense.
Yep. And now we introduce leader abilities. So be more afraid of me. Any friendly model within Derek's kill zone uses his nerve value instead of his own. So nerve's going to be important here. And when you look at nerve, it's defined as high, medium, or low. If the threat level exceeds your nerve, okay, you will now do the first action will be determined by this die, not your own choice.
Okay.
And you can do things like, scream and attract walkers, or go berserk and get extra dice of attack, or be quiet and all you can do is sneak. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there'll be different results on this die. Just keep an eye on your nerve, and if the threat level is above your nerve,
Okay.
you're gonna have to start rolling that die first before you do anything else. This also introduces initiative.
Cute.
I need the sheriff's badge. So the initiative will flip between one faction and the other, and the way it's gonna work is if we have the initiative, we're gonna activate a model. Then they do. Okay, and it also makes it different when it says active player.
Okay.
Right? Or sorry, player with initiative will be the person, the side that's holding this. Okay, so So what we need here, we need a car right over yonder. And another car askew over here. And a station wagon over there. And another vehicle aquí. Okay? And then 3 barriers on that side. Where the barriers go? They're small ones. Oh, here they are. So you got one sort of like that. One over here. And another one over there. And then over here we have. Okay. Now, note about barriers. They provide cover. Okay. So if you're behind a car, you're going to pick up this as a defense. If you're behind that, you're going to pick up a red die. They also stop zombie movements. A zombie will always travel in a straight line towards you, sorry, a walker. And if you happen to be here and it goes, boom, it's going to stop there. However, the next time it moves, if it starts in contact, it will go around the car and try to eat you. So if you're still in its, let's say you're here and you're in its threat zone, right? During the event phase, it will go. Whoosh.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Supplies. We have a supply marker in this car. To search a supply stack that is on a car, you just need to be in base contact with the car, not the supply token. Okay. So it doesn't really matter where the supply token is on the car. That whole car now becomes a supply cache. I need more supply markers. Here we go. Okay, and then we need a walker next to each one of these supplies, please.
Next to the car or the supplies?
The supplies that I'm putting out.
Okay.
The supplies that I'm putting out in the middle of nowhere.
Ah.
Walker 1, Walker 2, Walker 3, Walker 4, another walker here with item supplies, and a supply cache over there with a walker to be. 1, 2, 5. Yep. Alright. I'll take the setup on the board. Alright, gather the components. Note this time some of the characters start the game with items already equipped. Do you guys have any items on your character? Doesn't say anything.
I've got a baseball bat and looks like a knife.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cards though.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I don't see anything. Oh yeah, hold on. 22 revolver, lucky bat, 9mm pistol. Sure, that's great. How about you tell me who gets what? Lucky hat, Carl Grimes only.
Pretty much take.
Yep. 22 revolver,
Which is head.
9mm pistol, baseball bat. Man, I'm getting some weapons. 38 revolver. Derek, Sandra, Patrick, Colin, Rick. Okay, so rules writers, explain to me who gets what with these.
Probably the revolvers would go to Carl and Rick, while the pistol goes to Derek.
The 9mm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except his picture is a 9mm.
Oh.
I don't know how it
It doesn't
works
even
because
tell
he's
you.
got a.
Define the 20 playing area on the flat surface. Gather the components and
9mm.
diagram below. There's pictures. Sorry, designers, I'm blind. There are pictures. Okay, so my guy gets, it looks like the revolver, and then the baseball bat goes to Patrick, which makes sense because he's got it on his miniature. And you guys get the lucky hat goes with you,
Right.
yeah, which you thought, and then you get the revolver, and Rick gets a 9mm. All right, my bad.
Pretty much looked like that's what it was.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, place the scenery, supply counters, survivor models, and walker models onto the playing area in the positions shown. So Derek goes over here. Sandra and Patrick. Derek is me. I'm the bald guy. You go over there.
Like that? Or?
Yeah, in the middle, roughly,
Okay.
and then towards the edge. And Carl and Rick, you guys are standing, pretty much over there behind that barrier, a little bit more to that way, for what they want you to set up like that. Okay, Car supply counters and walkers must all be within central area at least 5 inches from the survivor edges. This might be close. How about over there? You guys good?
That they're 5 inches away from us?
Yep.
Yeah, that should be good.
You've got the ruler.
I do, don't I? The technicalities. Yeah, just the... No, that's good. Okay.
That one might be a little close.
Oh, this guy is very close. I think that's better.
That's so you can't sneak to it to start with.
Yep. Shuffled event and supply carts. Supplies and event. Oops, lost one.
So
And place them face down at the side of the gaming area.
This
This
is-
time you should use the full decks. Pull the walker reference card. Done. Threat tracker, range ruler, kill zone template, and dice within easy reach. Turn the position of the threat tracker to 1. The game will use a few more rules than last time. We'll go through these in a few pages, the next few pages. In this game, you will be free to try out all the rules yourself. Make sure you play through a few times to become familiar with everything. Alright, so starting with initiative. Instead of a player activating all the models at once, players take turn to activate one model at a time. Player who goes first is the player with initiative. In this game, the player controlling Rick starts with initiative and should be given the initiative counter. In subsequent turns, the player with initiative must pass the counter to their opponent in the end phase. So the alternating players of the game goes on. In addition to survivor movement, initiative is also used to alternate walker movement after drawing an event card. Okay, so now we have the scenery. It cannot be moved through by any model. Okay, survivors can move around it freely, but as walkers always move in a straight lines, they will stop whenever they hit a scenery piece.
Okay.
Now, I know that in the advanced rulebook, as I read this morning, there are rules for climbing over cars. You would have to make a climb test, which means success,
Okay.
you got stuck. Okay? If your character has acrobatics or something, it's a skill. What is going on out there?
kids.
Yeah, they're going nuts.
Melee and defense. Okay. So
If you have a survivor, I forget what the skill is, but there's a skill that allows you to automatically pass and be able to jump
Okay.
over cars. So, but you can't move end your movement on a car. You have to have enough movement to finish.
To go.
Yeah, you can't sit on top of the car and be safe
Okay.
like they do in the show. Well, safe-ish. You'll eventually starve. Okay, walkers are already in contact with scenery at the start of the move will move around by the shortest route possible. Okay. Okay, don't forget, now that you have two players, you can move the walkers in a direction of your choice, should the card say so. However, so can your opponent.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move the zombies in their direction, they're going to move them in ours. Alright, now, there is a new action that we're going to introduce you to, because before you only had move or melee. Now you have shoot. If a survivor has a ranged weapon, it can use this action to fire it at any unengaged enemy within range and line of sight. A survivor may only use one ranged weapon at a time. Okay? Range of the weapons in this game is 10 inches.
Says it on the card.
Yep. Use the range ruler and measure from the nearest edge of the shooter's base to the nearest edge of the enemy's base to check the target is close enough. Check line of sight. Draw an imaginary line from the center of the shooter's base to the center of the target's base. If another standing model breaks the line, the target is obscured and cannot be shot. Otherwise, the target can be seen as shot at. Okay. So once you have a target, shooting attack is done the same way as a melee attack. Okay. You take the dice listed on the weapon card, add the dice from the shoot value. So in this particular case, my revolver would add a red die to that. Mike, I don't know what you got for
What? For my weapon?
yeah,
2 red.
2 red. Okay. The target model that makes a defense roll. Obviously, you can't attack if somebody's shooting you with a pistol at range. Okay, and then you do the same thing. Now, important thing about weapons. If you roll a headshot on a weapon attack, you must then roll the black die. Okay? On a sheriff's badge, you've run out of ammo. That weapon's out of commission until you find more ammo in the supply crates. Okay?
Okay.
So if you get a good shot, then you might have to pay for it.
Big time.
Yes. Now, terrain is cumulative. So, if you go through this barrier and this car to shoot at somebody, you will add a red die and a white die as defense. Okay?
Okay.
If you go through 2 cars, you're going to add 2 white
2 white
dice.
dice.
Okay? Alright, mayhem, and we're almost there. Mayhem is just like I explained, it works like noise, but the difference is you will draw every eligible walker within hearing distance, 10 inches. Okay? And it will also raise the threat level by 1.
Okay.
The threat level goes to
Game over.
game over. Then the person with the most supply wins.
Okay.
Victory. The winner is the player who hold nerve. Sorry, the last thing. Another action that we're learning in this scenario is to hold nerve. Okay, it allows that model to reduce the threat level. Okay, so as an action, you go, I'm going to try to hold my nerve. You roll this. Okay, and if you roll the sheriff's badge, you get to lower that by 1.
Okay.
Of course, it helps them and it helps us, but sometimes it's like it's getting
will
ridiculous.
Make the game last longer.
Yep.
If it needs to be. Okay.
Okay, so the winner is the player who holds the most supply counters when the threat tracker reaches maximum. If either player is wiped out before this happens, their opponent wins by default. If both players have the same number of counters, the game is a draw.
We've got 5 of them on their side of the map and only 3 on ours.
It's a setup, man. I have to.
Well, if you
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
do
But
something.
at the same
I'm
time,
gonna have to kill all 3 of them.
we got more walkers on our side than you do on yours. So yeah. All right. So you guys are gonna decide which one of your guys activates first. Then we get to activate one. Then you go. And yes, we have more, so we'll end up activating one more than you will.
Well, and you can only take an action once. So, I'm going to suggest we sneak up to that car and grab the unattended
Okay.
supply. So, you can go ahead and go first.
Roller, please.
Look under that box. I think there's another.
No.
Not in this one.
Alright, okay. I was just hallucinating that.
Unless
Nah. That's just like, please buy more of our stuff.
some cool stuff. Nice looking minis.
And they give you a pretty good amount of stuff with the base set. Like I said, my biggest thing right now is we're doing well with the game as far as popularity. It's selling well. It's just that some people are coming up to me and going, hey, I want to buy the mat. I'm like, hey,
We did one, you do one.
Release. Correct, yeah. You want to move one of yours? So
What do you want to
definitely
do?
I don't know, whatever you want to do. I guess I'm the boss, but it's still
Yeah.
your call. I would say if we can knock out some of these zombies so it's easier to get to the whatchamacallit, right? So I don't know if you want to gang up on these.
That's probably the best thing because
Yeah.
all I have are melee weapons.
Right, and I'm reluctant to use this gun unless it's really absolutely necessary.
Yeah, because it looks
what
like
Mayhem does is
most of them are within 10 inches of
Yeah.
you. Okay, let's go ahead and take Sandra.
First one to
up.
use a gun loses.
They lose, but they sure make things a lot more interesting. Yeah, because you could. Yeah,
She can sneak up. Can't quite see. Oh, just right outside.
well,
Supposed to be outside.
yeah, and then it'll engage you, so
Oh,
you still
that's
get the
right.
same result
Okay,
if that's what you're trying to do. Yeah.
and let's go ahead and
here's a
sneak up
question.
and try and take that one out.
for you. What happens if we run out of zombies?
Then that's it until you
Okay.
kill a zombie. They suggest you buy more models,
Okay, of course.
or
Always
otherwise,
buy
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Otherwise, of course, yes. Your limit is what it is. So.
Okay. Just like any other zombie game, you always
So,
have
and the
more
way
minutes to
the-
start with.
And that's why also when you buy, so this game, so they have hero packs, heroes that are on the base set, they're individually packed, but they always come with zombie models.
Yeah,
One
this,
or two.
I bought Shane Booster, got 2 characters and a zombie.
Yep, you're always gonna get extra zombies in there. And there is a zombie
And-
booster pack, which were, of course, again, sold out.
And unlike these, see, yeah, here's what I did to mine. If you pick that one up and then pick that one up.
Oh,
So I think
put it on a magnetized base.
I put a penny in the base and then put a magnet on the bottom, and it's much heavier and it's not going to get bumped around.
Right. Okay.
So I certainly recommend putting a washer or a penny washer of some sort in the bases, because plastic miniatures have a tendency to go all over the darn
Yeah.
place. And I store things a lot of times in cake pans, so I just automatically put magnets on the bottom of all my figures.
All right. We're done?
I guess
on that
so.
phase. So you guys are going to move 2 in a row because we only have.
Yeah, you move one, and then you move that guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right, so
sounds
everybody's
good.
moved.
All right, so
Then
now we
moved
go
up.
into the
Zombies.
The first thing we're gonna check is the kill zone. That's the very first thing that happens. I'm outside of her kill zone, and
She's well inside.
so that guy's gonna move,
So you got one
there.
zombie going there.
and
That's
that's
pretty
it.
much it.
All right, so now we draw an event card. So if somebody want to do the honors? There we go. I'll put these in there.
We'll let the person with the initiative do
Yeah.
that.
Sounds good.
See if their luck is going to stay lucky.
All right, so we are in all quiet.
All right.
Correct.
Yeah, the first thing that happens is that sorta. You always check that first because it gets
Well,
pushed.
no, I
yeah.
was identifying where we're at.
We are in the all quiet. Yeah.
Because we started higher than before. +1 threat.
hmm
All quiet. The walkers suddenly stop. Nothing else happens.
The hunger wasn't very hungry. Okay, fine. So that suits me just fine.
All right, so that was the event.
All right, and then at the end phase, you pass the initiative tracker
Do-
test
Okay, and you guys choose who's going first?
out of our side. And then you go one. And then
Okay,
we-
so it wasn't, because it specified Rick Grimes has it, or does it just mean
Right, at the
it
beginning
just
of the
goes
game.
to a side?
yeah, it says right over here. Instead of a player activate, okay.
So you're one player.
Yes.
Right.
Right, okay.
Got it.
Don't
So
we still have
represented
one
by the
combat to
leader.
go.
Correct. I mean, because technically this is supposed to be a two-player game.
Yes,
but you
yes,
can
yes.
you can
Got it.
see you can play with as
Yeah.
many players as you want by just.
Right.
Yeah, here's a 2-person gang with equipment.
Oh, pardon me. There was a combat we needed to
Combat.
resolve.
Yeah.
So actually,
So
because there was a
because we
combat.
do the zombies on our side, right?
So what will happen?
So if it's on that side of the table, you roll for the zombies. If it's on this side, I'll roll
Yeah.
for zombies.
So what will happen now is this went up by 1 because there
Because
was a
combat.
There was a combat we had to
All right.
resolve.
So what you gonna do? You gonna fight it, or you gonna,
Well,
or
we
you gonna
gotta
try to
get.
disengage and then maybe go in with 2 against 1?
That would probably be better. So
Worst
let's
case scenario,
try.
you still have to fight.
Yep.
Yeah,
So let's
that's
try it
really-
for the badge.
no
And
badge.
she
so
does
you're
not
gonna
get
fight.
the badge.
So now you can either defend or fight.
I want to try and take it out. So let's
All right,
fight.
So a red die for you. Do you have any melee weapons? No. The
No,
guy that
not
has
yet.
any is the guy behind him. Okay. All right. So it's gonna be 1-on-1. What'd you roll?
Blank.
0-0.
Blank, blank. Okay. In cases of a tie, you push it back. Won't be beneficial
Okay.
where it is, and the counters, the supply counters, they're not terrain. They're just you can walk over them. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. So matter of fact, directly away would be somewhere over here. Wouldn't
Okay. So now it's your initiative on the next turn.
it? Heck, if you want to go, so. Yeah, interesting. You could theoretically
So,
like sneak and search.
you should be
or have
able
her
to
sneak and search and then
I
get
sneak
him
to
to
the
go
car and
fight.
Yeah.
immediately search it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
she
or
might
just
get a
sneak
weapon.
over here.
And he's got some
No,
extra
ruthless, that one.
weaponry
Yeah.
as
I just
is.
sneak to the car and search immediately.
So yeah, let's have her
So
sneak
now-
and search.
So
For
you're gonna
me to
go
get a
first
bonus in
with her.
melee,
Right, you have to stay within
Well, wait for
my
it
kill
to
zone.
get it.
It's
Yeah.
so
Sneak.
I don't
Perfect.
think that's going to work. if
And
you're
then
standing
search.
there.
Now.
Oh yeah. it
So
will.
that's her
So if
two
you're on this end of the
actions.
car,
Correct. So draw
Yeah.
a supply card.
and then I go over and I can
shuffle.
bonus melee this guy out of action,
There you go.
perhaps.
Supplies.
What do
But
we
I'm going
have?
to do it depending on how you
where
end
armor
up.
move, yeah.
So
All right.
because
Football
I want to
pass. So put
stay.
that on
Because I
there.
get
There you
a
go.
bonus red dice to my melee.
That's good.
Or
'Cause she's
defense.
actually
And
slippery,
defense.
and now she's got armor. So
So
theoretically,
that helps.
we are.
Not
It might help
I
out.
go and take a blue and 2 reds, but then we would have
Like
had
one.
ones.
Yeah,
Alright,
no.
you guys are up. So
So-
she decided to sneak by the car and then search because she wasn't engaged with the.
So pass the ruler. So
So,
you're going to do the same thing. You're going to sneak to the back of the
Put,
car.
no, actually, it stays on there. And
Oh,
it's,
okay.
Oh no, that's right because we're collecting. We're collecting. I'm being an idiot. Bye bye.
And do we get and you get the piece of gear for?
He did.
right.
He got
So,
football.
So he's
I'm
doing the same
there.
thing.
and search as well.
All right, the search
cards.
card. Here you go.
Piece of gear.
Piece of gear.
Be a good one.
Ammo's good.
Ammo. Yeah,
That's
there you
good.
go. Ammo's good. Nice to know we're carrying some extra ammo. And ammo is generic. It will work on any of the guns.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
That would suck.
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah,
you take
I
the
got
action to
9mm,
trade an item.
yeah.
I noticed that in the book you can trade items by taking an
Correct.
action.
They don't explain
Attachment.
that action in this one, but basically,
So-
if you have a friendly model within a threat zone and you're not engaged.
Right.
So you
It
just put
says
that in your
attached to ranged weapon. So that means just put it.
Oh, so
Let me see.
it's going to end up being specific ammo then.
Discard as an attachment, ranged weapon. Discard as an action to reload the attached weapon. So yeah, it's
If you attach it.
if you attach it. Otherwise, put it in your backpack.
Okay. We'll just keep it right there for now.
Yeah, that's. So it could be used by either one of us, depending on who runs out first.
And we might potentially be doing something wrong here. I need to double check, but I think so. When a search token is on a vehicle or a car, you can just search the car. But I know that you can't search a search token if it's got a unfriendly
Or-
model.
Yeah.
Right.
So these are technically touching, and I don't know if the whole car now is.
Is out of.
I don't know. You know that it just dawned on me that might potentially be an issue. I'm not too worried about it, but yeah, that's a potential thing we're doing wrong. So.
Okay.
You'd have to look in there under.
It says base contact with the counter.
Yeah, but you
So
see,
there's that. So then there's going to have to be something on the terrain thing. So you've moved. Have you moved your second person?
no, we're about to.
Okay, I'll look under terrain.
I could do. Do you want me to go next and search this car?
Go ahead.
End phase. Group leader.
This one out is good.
Scenarios. Advanced rules scenarios.
Ammo.
Nice.
Ammo's good. If it comes down to shooting, hopefully it doesn't.
Cover. Defensible elevated. Resource. Reversible elevated. Defensible cover. I don't see anything immediately.
Let me see that one. You do your eyes. See back to you guys.
All right, pass the ruler. I think. Oh yeah, let's go kill a zombie. But if I get over there, I think I'll be out of range.
Yeah, you gotta stay.
So I'm gonna have to stay
because you can't pick this
because
up.
I'm just
this
gonna go over there and kill him and stay within your.
turn. Kill them.
Yep, there we are.
Yeah, because we can't pick that up this turn anyway.
No, I know. I just wanted to see if I could save myself an action of having to move to it before searching.
A model cannot search if there is an unengaged enemy model also in base contact with the counter or the scenery the counter is inside, such as a car. So we did that wrong, but duly noted. So make sure that
It doesn't happen again.
So a zombie does. If a zombie
it's an
does
enemy
scenery.
model. You guys are enemies,
What?
and the zombies are enemies.
You
Okay.
can always
These are
reset.
friends. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. We're trying to learn the game, so.
I went. You got to move your last guy.
Oh, it's you. Let's baseball bat somebody
Yeah.
out of existence.
Yeah,
Sneak
I'm gonna
or,
try to hand axe him out of existence with. Except I don't
Yeah.
really have the hand axe yet. But
No.
It's getting
No.
handy.
I've got half of my
Okay,
weapons.
Here's one thing, if you wanted to, one thing
Okay.
you could potentially do. Before you did your sneak,
Mm-hmm.
you could try to, if you wanted to, the threat level may be fine going up because it influences them too. Hold your nerve, roll the die, see if you can lower that by threat level, and then
Then move
sneak.
up.
Yeah, it's sort of up to you if
Yeah.
you feel like keeping that under control may not be a bad idea. Again, I don't know, it might affect them
So
more than
hold
affect them.
reserve is an action.
Correct.
Oh well, I could have been. Rick can keep that down to 0.
If it's beneficial to you guys, I mean.
Like he rolls a blue dice.
yeah,
He doesn't roll the black dice. He
Yeah,
rolls
yeah,
blue
yeah.
and lowers it by the
yeah,
blue.
so- did you want to try it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Something new.
Nope.
Nope.
As it turns out,
Yeah,
nope.
I will always lower it.
But at the same time, I kind of want it up there as well.
So it might be, maybe.
Yeah, because right now we have more zombies on our side than you guys do. on
I'm
Once
just
it
saying,
starts reaching the red zone.
if we shoot the gun, then I'm going to have to start lowering.
Yes.
All right, yeah, no kidding. All right, so now we get into
So I guess he does have a
um,
reason why he can do that so quickly.
Yes.
Actually,
the zombie.
I'm lowering this right now.
Oh yeah.
Nope, nope, nope. Okay,
Yes.
they're good. There's engaged, and there you're engaged. So okay. So active players, you said draw the event cards.
Sure.
There is a combat, so the threat's going to go up by 1 here in a second. Roamers, all quiet and low threat. Each player moves 1 eligible walker in a direction of their choice. So we're the active players. We're going to go first.
So it's a 6-inch move?
Yeah, it's a shamble, which is in the back.
Yeah,
want to see if you can reach Carl over there?
Yes.
That seems like...
Carl or
okay,
Rick.
so
I don't know. Whoever you can reach. I mean...
you can measure 6 inches.
Each player moves one eligible walker in a direction of their choice. So, yep.
Carl's in range.
And Rick is in range?
Rick is in range.
Yeah, pile on Rick, maybe.
I say pile on Rick. Take him out first.
Well, that will take him out. He's got a gun. Let's see if you can push him to use it.
All right. Yeah, speaking of which,
I'm sure.
this
Oh, yeah.
is well within the range.
Pile him on.
Although it has to be in a straight line.
Yeah, it's going to hit that car first. But here... Oh, no, I think I did it, so...
Yeah, so you're going to get hit right there.
So I'm going to get hit. All right. And that was that.
So then we go to combat, which means
So that means this now moves into the low threat. Okay. Anybody have no nerve whatsoever?
No.
No? Oh, okay, we're good. All right. So we moved that. It doesn't matter which combat we do. I'll do mine. Mine's simple. So I will attack.
right, and then that's on your side.
I got a 1,
Two
yeah,
and a headshot.
2 and a headshot. Okay, so the headshot's bad news for me because the headshot now, since you did damage, is going to turn into a wound, which we're not using in this base scenario, but in the more advanced rules, this becomes a constant potential lose health every turn. Okay, so I defended with 1, you got 2 through, so plus a headshot. I don't know what the zombies do with headshot, but 1 for sure, potentially in the second one. I know characters versus character, the headshot is an additional wound. Let's see, that's walkers that suffer any damage for attacking rolls. If a survivor is killed, this result on attack the roll. The 1, no problem, all marker, okay.
Brains.
Pretty much.
Okay, nothing in this scenario, but in the full rules, that would have been a bite. Alright, that didn't go so well.
No.
I didn't want to use the revolver, maybe I should have.
Fight him up.
Alright, so now
gotta
you're
fight
looking.
there.
Yep,
For Patrick,
you're gonna
I've
get
got
a white die
and a
plus
red die.
a red die. So I'm guessing you're attacking.
Yes.
He's not bad on defense. Two red die. Too.
Yeah. And I
1-1.
got 1.
And so you push them out. That's all you needed. That's it.
All right, so I've got, you guys are going to get 3 red, right?
Yes.
2 for the second.
Let's just go with the melee for now.
You got some health, anyways. Aye.
3.
You take 2 wounds.
Jesus. Can't roll for crap, can I?
Apparently not. And then you get pushed back an inch.
I do?
Yes. When you lose a combat, you get pushed back an inch.
So that would be the same thing for you over there.
Yes. Or, well, yeah, directly away from him would be there.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, in phase, we get the initiative.
Anybody up? I mean, down needs to stand up from walkers? No, we're good. All right, so you get the initiative. You guys are up first.
Looks like we got a walker plague here.
Right.
Walking. Says the guy that's got 2.
Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but the way I'm
We got
going,
3.
I already had one
Yeah,
character
fair,
killed for
fair.
bad rolling.
Also didn't hope that there was 6 damage.
Well, yeah, but when you roll 6 dice,
Yeah.
that's 6 damage. I rolled 2 dice, including a white one, and got 1. So that's pretty much what happened to me. The last when I rolled against is 6 damage. All right, I'll get back on him and be in contact with the counter at the same time, and you can come over and join me.
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to do. So I moved over there, and I'm in a kill zone with the other guy. Does he automatically shamble to me?
In the event phase, the next.
Okay, so that'll
After
be
the
stopped here in a second because Carl's coming in.
Yes, I'll stop the
Yeah.
2.
Unless you run, in which case they move.
No, I snuck over there.
Well, I can come and lend you a hand and beat up on this zombie, which seems to be like.
And we'll have ourselves a little group tey-a-tey.
Or
Maybe
I
we
can
should
try to
both
deal
fire our
with that one on my own,
pistols
but
and
it
just
feels like
light
strength
up
and
the
numbers
field.
line up. Yep.
Yeah,
Two over here that can fight quick, so it's your call. You're the boss man.
How many dice would you get?
I would get one
Because I'm
white,
kind of
one red.
thinking
I
I
get
can
the
take
blue
those
too,
two,
then.
put them back up again,
That'd be a lot of
try and
damage.
take that
Keep in
one
mind,
out.
these are coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're coming.
But it'd be funny. Except the problem is to get the headshot to kill him, you run out of ammo. That's just not cool.
If you think you can take care of this guy, I'm gonna go.
Oh, it's 50-50, yeah.
Right.
over
but,
here.
yeah,
then
assume
and
the
sneak
worst.
over here.
Yeah, well, I think I got a good
Sure had to.
chance of it.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I ever get possibly down to this, I roll the black die. If I get a sheriff,
He's gonna
badge,
engage me.
I mean,
Yeah.
go back up
anyways.
to 1.
Sneak.
Ah, so you have a
And
resurrection.
He's not in base
capability.
combat,
Yes.
so I'm going to.
I have a chance that I may
search
never
this.
die.
Armored hat.
Bloody lurker incident. Okay, the searching model suffers a melee attack with 2 red dice and may only defend. The attack is subject to the bitten rule, which we're not using in this one. Increase the threat level by 1 and discard this card. Well then, I
Here
apparently
comes your attack.
lifted somebody's head. One,
It happens.
and my defense is a white die. Come on, hit him in the head. All right, good. Nothing happens. Perfect. Except for the threat level going up by 1. That's okay. We're doing good on the search token. Just a matter of. Maybe we want that threat level to go up actually, because
Yeah.
people with the most of it win. So at the end of that. All right. Anyways, it's just surviving.
You might go.
The true challenge.
Would sneak over and engage that walker.
Okay. So you're each fighting 1.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All
That'll,
right.
keep,
Then it's up to you.
that'll make it easier for me to at least knock that one out.
Of course, he's got to go into contact.
Yep. So you're gonna walk it to here.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Or here, it doesn't matter. You can be on the counter. It doesn't. Yeah, you can't search that counter because the zombie is
Is in
base.
contact.
He was out. That's the only reason why
Yep.
I was able to.
And we've got the one last to move, so she might as well go in.
And pile on.
In 4. Yep. Pile her in.
Okay, so now everybody's moved. We go to the event phase. I'm obviously in this guy's threat zone. Kill zone. So he's gonna come over here. The question here is
Not her.
not
He's
her.
outside.
And then that's it. All right. So now we're event. You guys have the initiative. Draw the event card at a low.
The herd.
The herd.
All quiet and low. The player with initiative chooses a walker, moves the direction of their choice. All eligible walkers within 8 inches of the chosen walker then also move, converging on the chosen walker. So we only have 2 that are eligible to move, right?
Correct. So then
Correct.
you're looking at moving that one, and this one will. Well, she's gonna go against the
Okay,
car.
first off, are they within 8 inches of each other, or it's only going to be one walker?
Looks like they're just within 8.
Yeah.
Is it after the movement too? Because that might.
Within,
Does it say then?
it doesn't say then.
Gotcha.
It says all eligible walkers within 8 inches of the chosen walker. Converging up. Oh, okay. So, yeah, they're going to end up converging. But they move 6,
This
right?
won't. Yeah, this won't matter because she's gonna go and get blocked here by the car. Because
Right.
she wasn't in base contact.
So
with the car.
you're within 6.
Yep. So that's gonna put 2 on me. Yep. And then she goes boop and it stops at the car.
But she was already.
She wasn't engaged with the car.
Oh, okay.
If she wasn't, because remember she came straight from here and
Right,
attacked
right.
me there. Okay,
Back to us.
great. Yeah.
Fighting now.
So we're fighting. We're on initiative. So I'm going to melee attack a zombie. Or walker. Excuse me. Walker. Somebody's playing a walker defense dice.
That's right.
One of you 2.
Sorry about that.
So melee attack.
Nada.
Well, you got it. So he's down. No
Back
headshots.
in.
Down and knocked down.
And down.
Yep. Now, even if he's touching that base, he's a knockdown model, so you'll be able to search it.
So that's mine.
Right.
Over to you.
And then mine against the one walker.
1.
1-1, so
Cancel.
you knocked it back.
Okay. And down.
No,
No, 1-1? Okay.
tie. Just knocked it back.
All right, quick explanation of doing multiple wounds, like, for example, in this case where you have 2-on-1. If I'm lucky enough to do 2 wounds, I can apply 1 wound to each
Okay.
one. Does that make sense? I want to shoot.
Can you shoot
dice?
melee?
Yeah.
I've got the dice for this one.
Yeah, it just causes the usual problems of mayhem. And here's the funny thing with Derek. His melee, shoot, and defense are all a white die, so it doesn't matter. I should always attack. I don't see any
Okay.
point to the defending. But alright, let's see what I can do with just this. Oh, man!
I just took Derek out, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably so.
5, yeah, he's dead.
Ouch.
There you go, guys. Fun.
Revenge!
Did we
I am dead.
increase the
Combat.
combat
There
thing?
is a combat.
We did
Alright,
now.
so, incidentally, this is gone. These don't get dropped. They're gone.
Okay.
Okay? It's sad, but that's the way it is. But
So-
the search tokens are there.
When
Well-
you search the tokens again, do you get a new supply marker?
No. I remember that from
They're
the
just for
YouTube
victory
video.
conditions. Okay, that's victory
So
conditions.
now you're over here.
Yeah.
So,
So
Just
let's
one walker, so you
one walker.
start with Patrick. And he
I
gets
should've
a
used
white
my
and
gun.
a red.
don't you add them together? One roll?
Yeah, so you pick up the dice from.
Oh,
It's
from
like having a
Sandra
weapon on
too?
top of them. You
Oh,
just
okay.
get all
Yep.
cumulative together.
So
you
two
do one
red.
roll, but
Yeah.
you do all together. Yeah.
And I have 2.
So
knock
you
it
can
Push it
knock
back
it,
and
push
knock
it
it
back
down.
and knock it down. If there was 2 zombie there, you could put 1 on each one.
Okay.
Had you done a head wound, that would have been gone.
So that's that.
Well, okay.
So then end
Initiative goes
phase.
back to you guys.
End phase.
Yep. See if he gets up. Nope. Nope.
Okay, and pass the initiative. Give him one of those two. Come on, keep him in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sandra.
Take Sandra or
Keep him in the
take
game.
Patrick.
No,
Either
no,
one.
no. Sandra's fine. I'm gonna try to be sneaky and just go.
Okay.
Things that quick. I just thought you guys should know.
Yeah, that was kind of like me the
Quick
last
and
game.
bloody.
And my head came off.
Yep.
more zombies against
At least
you
I
is
just got
very
chewed to
bad.
death and not came back as a Zed. So.
Yes.
All right. So you got the first one.
Better dead than Zed.
You can also attack a prone model.
Okay.
Because that's what happens
it
if you
can
get the
only
exact number
defend,
you turn into a zombie there.
but if you do any wounds to it, you
No, if
take
you
it
get
out.
bit.
Okay.
So that's sort of
Oh,
do you what you
okay.
want to do. Obviously, the first thing to do is
If you get bit, and
Whoever you're gonna
yeah,
activate
you
first
can-
is
you can
search
back
that
up-
and get
you
yourself a
can
piece of
back up
equipment.
as a zombie.
Well,
Okay.
After that, I don't know.
That's what you
since
thought
he
about
seems a
when you
little
rolled
bit
the-
stronger and
as a zombie,
melee, I
that's
say we
fine.
keep him as a fighter.
They're not
Yeah,
using the
so-
bite
And then
on
take
this
her for
scenario.
Okay.
So he would have been bitten.
Okay.
Sound like
Yeah.
a plan for you?
Yep.
He-
So you
he's
want me to go
replaced by a
first and
walker.
search? Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
Either works.
Okay.
Or you just keep his
Alright,
model there and he's
Are you going to be able to search
Well,
with me on top
see,
of it?
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
the thing.
Okay.
This is
Or
In this
do I have you go
booster
first?
pack, this is the
and
walker
attack
version of
that
him.
to try to get it
Oh,
out of the
okay.
way.
I can do that too.
That's cool.
You want to go that
I didn't
route?
paint him that
Yeah,
way, but
because I don't
that's
think
what he is.
They're gonna go before
Okay.
we do. So go ahead. So he's gonna move, and then so the zombies normally don't defend, but when they're prone like that, I believe they get a defensive die attacking a prone model. Let's see what it says.
So you moved one. It's our move
He
one.
snuck, but he's actually going to do a combat in the combat phase. That's right. That doesn't matter. Yeah.
So it's over to us.
Yep.
I will search. You find nothing of use.
Well then.
Empty box.
And then I'm going to. We need to start heading for. So, if I do a noise,
Yes.
The zombie will be coming towards.
it won't go towards. It'll go towards the creator of the noise, not the nearest character.
Measure
Think
distance
so.
for the noise. Pick the closest standing walker non-base contact with a survivor. There's at least partially within range. Immediately shambles towards the noise.
Towards.
It
In other words, it'll
immediately shambles
bypass
6 in a
the
straight
other.
line. if a movement brings it into contact with a survivor, it will stop. So you want to do this, and wherever you end up, you want to.
Okay, so where's the point of noise?
You are the point of noise.
But if I'm moving on a run, where during the run is the point of noise?
When noise is caused.
So at the very beginning.
So is it the?
When noise is caused. So that must be the beginning of the.
So it runs in a straight line towards where I was? That doesn't make any sense.
I will read the rules to you again. Feel free to interpret. Staying silent is an essential skill when trying to avoid the walkers, but it is not always possible. When noise is caused, measure 10 inches from the noise. Pick the closest standing walker not in base contact with a survivor that is at least partially within range. Pick the closest standing walker not in base contact with a survivor that is at least partially within range. It is immediately shambles 6 inches in a straight line directly towards the noise. If the movement brings it into contact with the survivor, it will stop. Walkers will move to other walkers. This is done immediately after the noise is caused.
So it's at the end of my movement.
Stop survivors from making a second action.
So it's at the end of my movement.
Okay.
And see,
I
there's a
understand.
nefarious plan here for my
I know what you're trying
run.
to do. I get it.
I'm going to run behind the car, and it's going to run straight into the car.
Correct. Yes.
So I'm running.
I don't know if it's nefarious. It's definitely a strategy and one well worth while.
And so even the walkers over here, they're going to run into cars before they run into me.
Now you just have to figure out which one is the closest eligible walker.
And I'm sure it's going to be this one,
Probably
and it's going to it's going to run straight into the car.
Yeah, yeah. But you figure out which one it is because it gets it out of our range. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
So even if it was that one, it would run into the car. That was my point. I didn't want it to run into him. So anyway, yeah, that's this one. Into the car.
Okay, so
Over to
there's
you
a good
guys.
chance if I search here and sneak to attack this, it'll keep him off of you, and then you potentially have a prone to deal with and that
another one.
All right,
'Cause
so
we don't
let me help
need
you
to
out by doing that.
Be concerned
I'll
with knocking
search.
that one out anymore. We got to get over here.
Bandages. Okay, these are kind of cool. Discard as an action to
The
restore
problem
one
is
health
now if
point
you
lost
create
earlier
noise,
in
this
the
guy will
game.
run
That is
around
cool.
the car.
Okay, I'll
Right.
put it in the item socket.
So,
I can just sneak.
Now,
yeah.
we don't have rules
right
in
near
here
you.
to swap items, but
Okay.
normally the way it works in a full-blown game is, as an action, you can swap items with a person within your kill zone.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
really
I am going to
detective that it has
sneak
to.
here and engage this zombie from this corner. 'Cause I'm hoping to be farther away from that zombie. Well, actually, that car would hold it. Thank you. All right. You gotta watch out for Rick. He's gonna
What
shoot
did you
you.
pick up this time?
I picked up bandages.
Ah.
Restores one health point.
Got to watch out for Rick, you think?
He might decide to shoot you.
Yeah.
Might.
I snuck
There's
to
no
that.
might about it. You guys are going down.
So
This
I
must
snuck to
be late seasons, my
Yeah.
Rick. He's not quite lawful. All right. So we're done with characters. So now we look at threat zones. He's gonna go. Yep, correct, because he's within your threat zone. It started in base contact.
I'm
Over
pretty
here.
sure that one's in range.
No, I think he's out actually.
Just out.
Just out. And that's it.
Yep.
Well,
And now,
all right. So now we
Melee.
do. Who's got the we do? Okay.
Hey,
So
combat.
that happens after the event actually. So hang on for a second. Event first. Plus pandemonium. Plus one threat. Okay.
Oh yeah, here we go with this.
Low threat. Each player rolls a blue die and moves that many eligible walkers in the direction of their choice. Then a white die walkers enters play. So each player now will be one for your side and one for ours. So roll a blue
You're
die.
first.
Okay. Yep.
You got initiative.
Okay. Two.
Two.
So 2 eligible walkers. So we're gonna move this one in that direction.
How far do they go? 4?
6 inches they shank.
6?
6.
Yeah, that's
In a
well
straight.
within.
Yep. So there you go. And then that one.
Which one?
this one.
That one.
Okay.
Luckily, it's going to hit the car.
Yep.
But, oh, it was only 2.
Oh.
That's all right. And then,
We get a blue dice.
yep.
Yep.
Go ahead.
and moving back towards them.
All right.
We get 2 of them, so
Right.
he's headed back.
Since
this
he's already
way.
in
Yeah, he's
base
gonna build up
contact,
that car.
so he
So-
now just moves.
He's in contact, so he gets to go around.
Correct.
Right.
So he's going around the car 6 inches. There's supposed to be a gap here.
Yep. All right. Then this many walkers enter play. 1. Put them over there. We want them there, or do we want them on this side?
I say take him in over there.
Over here. Yeah.
Give us a little more breathing room.
All right. Now there's a combat. Alrighty. Here we go again. You got only that prone one, which you can kick it if
Yeah.
it's down if you want. I believe it gets a defense die. Where's attacking prone? Survival groups, point matches, group limit, involvement, melee phase, kill zone, make noise, casualty cover, prone models. You cannot shoot at a prone model following all the usual. You can shoot at a prone model following all the usual shooting rules. However, a prone model is also in cover. If a prone model
Shooting.
and is also in cover, it cannot be targeted. Okay. Prone models are not blocking the sight. There's nothing to stop you from shooting at a model that's engaged in the melee. No, those are additional shooting rules. That's what it was. Search high sound, swap items, make noise.
So we're
And everybody's good on their nerves there. We're in low threat, yeah. Yeah, there's the shooting at prone model. But
so it defends as normal.
But zombies don't defend.
Well, no, they roll the 1 red dice.
Yeah. Attacking prone models. Son of a biscuit. Really, in turn to description. Final rules you may come across as seconds to be able to attack it. If you do this, the prone model may only defend in melee. If it loses the melee, it's automatically removed from the table. So it's gonna get 1 defense die. Yes, for being prone, and then you attack it with whatever. See if you can get rid of at least 1 zombie. Yeah, that's a good. Bye. Out of our
Then
life.
the other zombie was in base contact.
Nope, non-base contact.
It went against a car. So now that's me. All right. Melee attacks. Let me try to attack it, because to be honest with you, I can at least take some damage and maybe get rid of this zombie out of our, because there's too many on our side. Let's face it. 2, a headshot. Kapow!
Nice.
All right.
White.
What?
I need a white.
Okay. Well, who's attacking you? Oh,
Right here.
the zombie? All right, I'll do this one. See if I can get some revenge. Nope.
3.
Nope. Okay, so he's down. Push back and down. Splat. I wish I had a gun now because I want to increase the threat level and just put me down with this. I mean, we're tied right now, but you're close to. All right, initiative goes to you guys. Before we do that, prone models, let's see if they get up.
Was the black die?
Yep.
First prone model does. The prone model near it does
No.
not.
All right. You guys go first. What you need? Speak it.
You need the rooter.
Oh, yeah. It's within range, so I think that would be the thing to do. I will sneak over to this counter and then search it.
Yep.
Something valuable. Oh, another gun. Unreliable.
So no.
Handgun unreliable. It's a backup pistol.
Sure. What's it do?
Adds a red to the ranged attack roll.
why
But
is
it says
unreliable?
unreliable, so that's undoubtedly in the
Ah.
book somewhere.
Probably
Because this
means
one's handgun reliable and this one's handgun unreliable.
Keywords. Amputate.
Ah,
Reliable. Reroll any ammo roll made with this weapon.
Okay.
That's kind of new. Unreliable. Roll a black die after resolving each shot with this weapon on a blank. The
Ooh.
weapon jams. It may not be used for the rest of the game.
Aha! So it is a backup one-shotter.
Yeah. So my weapon was not reliable, but it was also not unreliable.
Yeah, that's his too.
Yeah, I'm just a basic handgun.
So I get a reroll on my ammo rolls. Ooh.
If it's reliable. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a very high
All
I
right.
think it's time to
Yeah.
start shooting the enemy here.
Huh. Yeah, I can't sneak there. I could run there and get people off your back to go get those tokens. What do you think?
we could do that.
All right. Just be careful of Rick there because he's a little bastard.
Yeah.
I'm going to run right over here.
Which means the closest
Put
walker.
myself right here. Yeah. Which means the closest walker will be there, which starts in base contact. So let's see here with the car, right?
Yes.
We put him in a bad spot, I guess. 2.
1.5 to
there,
there.
and then
4.5 to there. Does he reach? Not quite.
okay, so he's not there. So for my second action, I will search again.
Bingo.
Hey, finally I got a weapon, a tire iron. We'll take it. I guess I'm gonna get tapped.
Yeah.
And then what you call it. So.
I go. Sneak.
Yeah. You have a second action available to you. You can also try to reduce the threat level if you want, which currently we're tied, so sort of up to you.
So are those completely discarded? The searched?
So
Items, yes,
all my
but the
second
tokens are
actions
what
I
we
can
we
use
still
for
need
victory,
to-
victory conditions. Right?
Okay.
So
Oh,
you
there
can
is that,
pick one
isn't
up.
there? But your line of sight, you don't have a line of sight to characters, so.
And if
You
he
just
decides
draw
to
the
use the gun,
zombies to
he's
you.
drawing him
Yeah.
your way. but,
No.
You
Okay.
just draw the walkers to use. So
I'll
you
just
could
sit
you can attempt a nerve because you're in
So
a
what do
low
you
threat and
try and
you've
go
got
over
a medium
grab
nerve.
these two?
I
So
think so, 'cause we
you
need
could
to
try to
win,
hold
Yeah.
your
basically,
nerve.
and then
Well, actually, it's only
you
when
can
it
make
exceeds
noise
your
with
nerve.
your-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine's high, so he always has his nerve until the game's over.
Understood, yes.
So
So I say I head over
Mm-hmm.
and
we'll let the threat level go up.
sneak. Not that it really matters too much anyway. And I'm going to search, or are they already searched and I can pick them?
You just pick 'em.
Okay. But I gain no items.
Correct. At this point, they're just victory tokens.
Yeah.
Putting us technically in the lead until these guys decide to go ballistic on us because
Yeah.
they got guns and we don't.
Right. So now,
You two guys moved?
yes.
All right, so now
Now we go to
red
the kill
zones,
zones.
we go over here. I started in base contact, so it's just going to come around the corner and eat me, or try to. That's
That one for
there.
sure.
And I don't
the
think
other
this
one's
one
out.
can reach. Nope. And that one's out.
He's just
obviously.
sitting there.
All right, we have the initiative. You guys have initiative. Draw the event card.
Won't stay down. We're in low threat. Okay, all quiet and low. For each prone walker, roll a black dice.
There's one.
And he's up.
On a sheriff's badge, he gets up. If there was no prone walkers, we'd add one to the threat level.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't too bad. That saved us a threat level. Except there's a combat, so it's going to go up anyway,
Which
which is now.
Yep. Correct. We're in medium threat.
medium.
Medium. Medium. So we
Yep.
gotta watch out when we get
Medium,
to.
high.
High.
Yeah, when we get to.
Start getting up a little.
We're gonna lose it. Okay.
You're going to lose it.
All right.
Yeah.
They're gonna start freaking out a little bit.
And you
Could
will
be.
too.
Yeah.
Let me
All
try
right,
to
so
make sure
you guys have the only
Cool.
combats.
All right. So you want to go first?
I
Let me
definitely
go
like the
first.
idea of
Yeah, I can go.
Okay. So
White and a red.
beat the snot out of that.
I hope
zombie,
so.
will ya?
Oh,
Two.
So it's a push.
So, guess that one goes back.
Oh, neat.
barely
So I added a
game.
white, and normally I have a red, so yep, we'll do that. We'll attack.
Oh, blanked it.
Not blanked it. Ooh. Down, dude. Get down. Stay down. I wish it was a headshot. Okay, so initiative comes back to us. Maybe you getting out of there is a good idea first.
I'm thinking so
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah. Get yourself behind a barrier or something, or at
That's
least
what I'm
behind
gonna
the
do.
car.
How about I go back for the barrier?
If you can reach it, yeah. You can sneak.
And not quite.
So get behind the car. That always stops the zombies. It doesn't stop Rick's
Yeah.
shot, but it adds a white defensive die. in
So
case-
that's like 2.
and 2 more. Get behind the car. Duck! And,
This is where I wish I brought my laser pointer.
see, here's the question then. In this
Yes,
given
I don't think there's
situation,
lasers in this
then,
game.
What were the actions
Makes it
given
release
to
for when I
us?
type
Full
up.
nerve, mayhem,
Future release.
cover. Okay, we don't have the make noise as an
Okay.
action, but that's a possibility under the full-blown rules, right?
Nice.
Now would have been a time to go,
Yeah.
and get out. Because there's a bit of a problem coming.
You
Yeah,
think,
for sure.
run.
Okay, so zombies, please.
The closest zombie is that one. Well, there's one prone.
That doesn't. It's eligible zombies, so you
Yeah.
gotta pick one and shamble him towards.
He's closer.
Okay, so 6 inches. We'll put him somewhere to get to you, right? Right there.
I'll take it where there's a problem. You go for the counter.
Nope.
Or do whatever you like. Run over and help me. However you feel. Whatever.
Because
So-
running is 2 actions.
Oh, is running... Okay, I have a question then. So run is 1 action. And if I get in base to base, is melee my only available action?
It's not an action. It happens in the melee phase. You have a shoot action available to you.
And then I can melee afterwards.
You only get to attack once in a turn. Let me see how this works. I believe you either shoot. All right.
I feel a shot.
New action. If it's a ranged weapon, it can use an action to fire into any unengaged enemy within range and line of sight. So you would have to shoot from back there first.
Or not too
hang on.
engaged.
The range of the weapon in this game is 10 inches. Use the range ruler measure from the edge of shooter's base. Correct. You could also do that. Okay. Random target. I don't remember. Okay. Cover, scenery, mayhem, new action, whole nerve, victory.
Evil Rick.
Pretty much.
It looks like you're either shooting.
Move, run and shoot.
You have to be unengaged to shoot.
Okay,
If it's
so
right as a ranged weapon, it can use the action to fire it at any unengaged enemy within range. If you engage me,
I'm going to stop short then.
okay, then stop short.
And I'm shoot him.
Okay, shoot
Okay.
him. Okay, so the run did that, then the shot is going to cause the mayhem.
Yeah. Shoot him.
Alright,
You get your
Oh,
defense.
I do.
dice.
Okay.
yes, you always get that.
3.
And I've got 3 and a headshot.
So nothing happens. Wow. Of course, now we have mayhem. Every
Yeah.
eligible walker
And
within 10
that
inches is going to move.
Threat level.
Yep. Okay, so he heard you, he heard you, he heard you. So he's gonna shamble. Does he have enough?
I'm bringing them all to me and them.
Oh, 1.5 inches to here. And then I think that's enough movement to get to you over there. Rah, 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 rah.
Okay.
And then over there, he's gonna come shambling in this direction towards you. I don't know if he's gonna clip the car, potentially.
Center of base to center of base. He goes right on by.
Okay, and then this guy's
Ends up
gonna hit the
piling
car
up.
for sure. I'm gonna bring that baseball bat over here. We can kind of
Yeah.
yeah, there's a bunch of zombies, but taking out Rick seems like a good call.
Yeah.
Wish he could grab his guns.
Okay.
Alright, so hang on. That was the blah blah blah. So now we go into a new phase. they go first.
I
Nope.
diced in my blue.
I never moved it.
Oh, you didn't move?
He hasn't gone yet.
He hasn't moved.
Oh, that's right. We're not even in combat yet.
No.
That's okay, Cole.
You're getting
Cool.
a game here. That was
I
just
am.
my
I just got
action.
excited. I was like,
So, you're going to sneak over there, or do you want to join? No, you don't want to join.
I don't want to join.
Yes,
he's
you
your
do.
kid, dude.
You definitely want to join.
He's also snotty, Rick. He's not like grown up. Got a little bit of cojones. Sorry, Carl, not Rick.
That's okay.
All right, so let's see what happens. This just got interesting. All right, so now before we do that, it's the threat zones, right? So you're gonna get this guy on you. This guy is not even in the threat zone of anybody. Am I right? Kill zone. All right, so the only thing that happens is this. All right. All right. Pooh, and we're not engaged. That's what you decided to do.
Correct.
Okay, I just
You
wanted
said I
to-
couldn't shoot if I was engaged, so.
It's to an unengaged model. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so you did. That's fine.
Well, if it,
I will read the rules again to you. If a survivor has a ranged weapon, it can use its action to fire at any unengaged enemy within range
So
and line
you
of sight.
could potentially get engaged with him and still
I don't
shoot.
know if what Mike wants to do, which is I want to shoot and then I want to fight you in hand-to-hand combat happens. Let me try to find out if what he wants to do can actually happen.
Okay.
There's nowhere in here that it state that. I need to go to this other rule book. I
well,
get what he's trying to do, and I understand why he wants to do it. Okay, so. And then, oh, this pisses me off. There is nothing to stop you from shooting at a model that is engaged in a melee, but it just said you can shoot at any unengaged.
yeah,
Contradictory.
that's the thing.
That's such a bad habit.
That's it.
Shoot, okay, range, line of sight, yeah.
Bah!
So we've got opposing rules.
Well, we got a contradiction in rules for sure.
No, I'll stay out of combat.
If it's a ranged weapon, the card to shoot. It can use shoot action to fire the weapon at an enemy. The shooting model can target any model, provided the target is within line of sight and range.
I did want to shoot him and not you,
That's fine.
because you have armor.
Only
He
one
did.
ranged weapon can
Yep.
use to shoot as a single action, even if the survivor carries two.
But I'm just tough.
So then I presume you still get to fight melee even after shooting. Apparently.
No,
Apparently.
again, though, those were basic rules, and I don't know if that's just, this is what you gotta use now for this scenario.
Whatever. So I'm going to stay out of combat, keep it simple.
Okay, fine, and I'll
You.
keep reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Okay, so anyways.
I'm in melee.
Yeah, somebody's gotta roll for the zombie feud. I'll keep reading
Okay.
this.
All right, so white dice either way doesn't matter, does it? So I'm a melee white and a defense white. So, what the heck?
Okay, so that would be
So I'm gonna, I'll
one
white dice,
zombie,
you get 3 red.
2 for the second. Yeah.
You get 3
Yeah, so you
red.
get 3 dice total.
And another.
1, which means I knock one of them back and down, right?
Yes.
So let's take the one that's adjacent to the car. Well, actually,
They're both adjacent to a car.
to a car, yeah. Let's take the one that's adjacent to this car and knock him back an inch and then down.
And then the other one still gets pushed back an inch.
He lost you.
So I'm gonna go with probably you can. The reason why I'm saying this is because shoot happens in the action phase.
Right.
And then you have a separate action that is like, so
Fight.
if you want to engage me, you can.
I didn't, no.
Okay, all right.
I just leave it alone.
Because, well, you could have shot from there.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second, because I could have shot you from there. Well, no, I couldn't. The zombies were in my way. I had no line of sight until after I ran.
But you did through the car. You would have added.
Well,
Yeah.
true, but I'm just saying without the cover. But the thing is, on your explanation of melee, it would have been your dice plus zombie dice
Correct.
on me and melee,
Yes.
and it's not what I'm after.
Understood, but yes, you could have if you wanted to, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so,
Okay, yeah, that sort of makes sense. As soon as the base and contaminate demolishing.
all right, so,
Because, yeah, as soon as you engage somebody in melee, your actions end.
right.
Does that make sense?
Okay,
you
so
have-
that's
yeah.
why I had to stay unengaged in order to shoot.
Right. From where you wanted to shoot at. Or you would have had to shoot first.
Well, if I
And
engage
then-
you, I don't get to shoot.
You shoot from here, then you engage me.
Yeah, I'm not going to shoot from there because the zombies were blocking my line of sight. Or the walkers were.
Mike, that's fine. I'm explaining your options.
Yeah.
You understand what you're saying? You were going to shoot from there because the zombies would have been on you before you even got to move after that.
Yeah.
I get it.
It wasn't going to happen.
Hey, look at that. You pushed them off. I missed all that.
Knocked one down and pushed him back, yeah.
All right. So we are now in a new turn?
I think so. Isn't it the roll for the stand-up at the end of it?
Yes.
Which one?
Well,
There's
we've
two
got
down.
2.
Well, you roll each individual. Which one do you
Right.
roll?
Roll for this one first?
Oh, going for the far one.
He just wants to establish which one's going to get up potentially. He does.
He does.
Rawr.
Second one. Doesn't.
Okay.
It's still flaying like a turtle.
That's the initiative.
Yes.
All right. So.
Your character's stuck.
No, it isn't.
No.
No.
I can sneak out of wherever I am and
He's-
then shoot somebody.
When this model went down, it got pushed. Well, it was, I don't know.
It's
Okay.
in contact
He's-
with the car. Fine. Yeah.
He's not in contact with you, though. That's what we're getting at.
It doesn't really matter. He's in contact with the car, so you can't search the car.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so it's only a matter of what I want to do first. Kill the guy with the tokens. And no
Potential.
armor.
Fair.
So I'm going to sneak out of there.
There you go.
I'm going to sneak myself. Because running will just draw them all. The shot's going to draw enough as it is.
Yep. Just gotta survive this.
I'm going to sneak my buttocks right there and shoot him.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold it. Hold it.
Come on.
Five.
Five
He's
with a
out.
headshot.
He's
Yeah.
out.
3, 2, 1,
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
Because you
Bye-bye.
got headshot, we have to roll this.
And a reroll, and I get a reroll. And I get a. Is it? Which one was out of it?
Reliable. If it's reliable, you get the reroll.
And this is out, or the blank is out.
That is out. The black is.
All right. So I got one of each, so I'm not out of ammo.
If a ranged attack rolls includes any headshots, you must. On a shield, there is no effect. Sorry. On a blank, however.
Okay,
So,
so your very first roll protect you.
all right. So.
Alright, so now let's
now
get
we
some
have
zombies.
we have mayhem and
Yep.
So
So
mayhem immediately increases
by 1.
that by 1.
Okay, so he's gonna go and come over here. And he's gonna hit this car. And he's already starting the car, so he's gonna go 3
3
inches
inches.
to there. This goes how wide? 2 inches, so that's 5, leaving him 1 inch to not engage you. Just shy. Okay, just shy. And that leaves me, doesn't it?
bad Rick.
Interesting. So we'll search this car as the first action for sure. And see what we get. More bandages. Put it in the backpack. And then what? Kinda wanna go around these guys and engage you, and I think I will. See if we can put Rick down.
Yeah.
My go.
I'll avenge you!
Um,
Yeah.
Gotta take Cole. Gotta take Rick. I'd like to get Cole.
Wonder,
So,
I wonder, just out of curiosity, not that you're going to do it or not, but I wonder, because is the question. So if you move to there, that takes 5, leaving 3. Well, you can get one of the counters if you want to run to it.
right, but because I'm going to cause noise, that means as soon as they end, the zombie
Yeah.
would come in before I'm
Correct.
able to search.
No. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Just, well, got to go there anyway.
Alright.
Well, I mean,
So,
you
yeah.
don't need, you may not want to run, but this guy's going to get on you anyway. But then the second one would probably get on you.
Yeah.
Right.
Sneaking
Well,
or running.
well, you just being noised, probably that one only would get to, one of the two of them would get to you, and then
so
based on the threat radius, you'd be
yeah,
going
I'll
against
actually
two.
do that because that actually probably will move the one that's not engaged towards me.
Well, they'll get both of them because they'll be within kill zone. When you evaluate the kill zone, you'll be one
Right.
against two if you run.
Right.
Whereas if you sneak, you're only going to pick up one zombie. One walker's going to attack you.
Or you can shoot him from where you are. I mean, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Worst case miss.
You're going to get this guy to move over here towards you. He's then going to re-engage your
Right.
dad.
Okay. So actually,
So
we'll,
you
do that.
could
We'll
shoot
shoot the
Standing,
first zombie.
standing one before you
And
move.
hopefully get him
Yeah.
out of your way.
Okay. So I'll shoot.
Yep. It's 10 inches. I know you got the range. So.
Right.
Headshot!
3 to, what's his defense? 1 die, please. 1, so headshot.
Headshot. And
That's all
roll for
that
ammo.
Yep.
Right. And the one zombie just runs into the
You're out of
Lion
ammo.
gets out of ammo.
out of ammo.
So attach that to your gun and
That's an action to take
Yeah,
things out of your
so you're-
backpack.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
But your second
Well-
action can be to
it's an attachment. Yeah.
yeah. Your second action can be to take the item out of your backpack and load
Or
your
if
weapon.
you want to
Or
start moving.
move.
Yeah, it's up
Well,
to you.
he
It
just,
depends what kind of zombie
he just
gets in.
created. Is that within 10 inches?
Yes, so this will
Yes.
go maybe.
Oh, yeah, he is.
So,
So he's
it won't matter because during the zombie phase, it'll come to you, basically.
If I run, it will probably come towards me though.
If you run over into the search token. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that. We got one less off of you,
So, yeah, he's up.
and then the zombie will enter melee. And did we increase the threat level when it's shot in the gun?
Yes. Ooh, it's getting up there. People are going to start going nuts.
All right. Okay, so now
We are event phase.
event phase. Yep.
+1 threat, and then the combat's going to kick it.
Oh.
So we're in medium threat. Each player rolls 2 blue. And moves that.
We're gonna spawn zombies left and right.
Yeah, I know. 2 blue. 1, 2.
So,
So-
move the first one and then spawn one.
Move that one.
He just moves 6
6
inches.
inches in
Yeah, it's the
any
shamble on the
direction.
other side. The red side is the zombie side.
So we can move it in any direction, though.
Yep.
Back towards the edge of the board. That one's going to be out of play.
For now.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
So you guys roll 2 blue.
we spawn one.
You
spawn
spawn one
one.
somewhere you want it. Not on
Uh,
the same edge you already got. Try
can
to.
we put it back there?
You can if you want to.
Because then it'll get on.
It won't move. It's already moved this turn. It counts as being moved. It's done. You can put it there. It's just that's it. They're done. Move. The ones I'm gonna spawn are not gonna move towards you either. 1. And we're gonna put it.
Roll it twice.
I understand, but that's the first one. I'll put it right here, and then the other one is on the other side. Put one over there.
And then roll a blue dice and that many walkers enter. Where do you want it, up here?
Yep. Now roll a blue die. Is it the active player though? It's back to the active.
Then this many walkers enter play. 2.
2.
Pandemonium.
So you can double up on 2 edges because each edge has got 1.
Like that?
All right. Kick the threat level up. Excellent. So here. Item.
1.
One.
Cancels.
Pushes him back. All right,
Right
over
here. So red, white, and a red one for the zombie.
Take him out.
I'm gonna try my darndest. Oh yeah, 5.
Wow.
What'd you get?
1.
Oh, and a headshot.
Just killed
Wow!
unbelievable.
Pew pew.
That's for killing the boss.
That's the 3rd time I've done that.
Now I gotta do is kill. Well, they're here. There, I don't have. Now I gotta do is
I can't
kill.
believe that I
Sometimes that's how it goes.
3 times in a row with that combination, rolling 1 and getting killed.
Oh yeah.
That's just
I
absurd.
still need that. Yeah, well, he did the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
You roll blanks. All right, and that's it. So now, interestingly enough,
Unbelievable.
token goes back to me.
So they get the
You're-
sheriff token.
You're doomed. Unless you kill her.
Yeah, unless.
Now, at this point, with you having the 4 tokens,
Yeah, and him having none, but he can pick up all. But I think if the
got
zombies
what?
can take care of him potentially.
that's what I was wondering.
So I'm wondering if I want to sneak over here and just deal with the zombies. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's like, Crick, you're screwed. Have fun. I mean, you can sneak away.
Because you do have the sneak ability.
I have the nimble.
Or nimble.
Yeah. To hopefully keep me out of trouble. Not a base contact with any of those tokens, so I can't just pick up one and then sneak. But very first thing would be that I'm above my confidence level, my nerve.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So
Before you
the
act.
first thing I
gotta
do, I might just lose it right here and there.
You
Start
roll
screaming.
Call it a day. So let me see what it says about the.
So do you.
Yeah.
I just get ready to go wet our pants and be done at it. Okay, whole nerve, mayhem, scenery events, range, last
Cool
sight.
sees
Yeah,
his
but
dad go down.
Carl
Where's that?
may never die.
Ah, okay. Carl has a hat.
Where's the range? And is your
If I get lucky, I can just
Alabama.
constantly keep picking up
Cover.
little tokens, and then like, I don't care if it goes ballistic. I just need to stay
Okay,
alive a
actually,
bit
it's
more.
not in these rules. We can do it if we want to, just to see how it works, but it's not on these. Initiative, scenery, line of sight. Yeah, they didn't add that rule in here yet. I thought they did, but I guess they didn't. Okay, so let's see how this works. Alright, this is not part of this scenario, but we're going to throw it in just to see how bad things get when people lose their nerve.
When they go psychotic.
I can see there's just one problem with this game. No matter how good your tactics, you can be diced.
Yeah.
Which I don't particularly care for in a game. At all.
What's defending barrier, push back, multiple headshots. Oh, where is it? Very beginning?
Happens in most games.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Oh, I like the game, yeah, but I don't think anybody is safe. Is basically
yeah.
it. All right, panic check. When activating a model, the first thing you must do is check the current threat level. If the threat level is higher than the activated model's nerve, so we did that right, the model must roll yellow dice and resolve the result. Okay, so what the hell? It's like I said, it's not in those base rules, but let's try this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it is definitely above my medium threat level, so I'm going to roll this yellow die to see what do I do.
Double
I
axe.
go berserk. Oh man.
Berserker.
You think I should do what I should do?
Hey, it's a demo game. Let's make it happen.
You killed my boss! I'm gonna go after you! Can I sneak around this guy though? Yeah, I should have 4 inches.
So what does
bonus.
Berserk
think so.
actually do?
It adds... Okay, so Berserk.
Is the first question, since that's the very first thing you
Yeah,
have
it
to
adds
do.
dice in combat, but I think it increases the threat level, which suits me fine too. Berserk. Act normally and add red die to melee attack rolls this turn. However, advance the threat level by 1. So, alright. Advance
'Cause you
and
just made
then
too much
act normally. Okay. Act normally, he says. Sneaking 2 inches here. And then... Because I want to try to attack him from the side, potentially, if at all possible. Alright. And now your yellow dice.
Alright.
That was my activation.
Ice cream.
Ah, you jerk!
Wow.
They're all going to make noise action. They make 1 more action as normal. Then advance the threat level by 1. Alright, so you're going to make noise, which means the closest one is going to engage you, whoever that is. 2 inches, 1 inch. Take your pick.
The 1 inch. And then
You get 1 action.
1 action, which is a sneak.
Yeah, but you can't. You're engaged.
Yeah.
You've lost all your actions.
Yeah.
Right. That's why. Okay.
Alright. Yeah, it ended poorly. You shouldn't have screamed. Nah, that didn't matter. It would have been maybe sneaking. You can. Well, no, because you were engaged with me. All right, but then will I survive this?
Yeah.
Probably not. But
Fingers crossed now.
All right, so now looking at kill zones. So first
You did
things
right in front of
first.
you.
Where's I didn't see it. All right. Nope. Okay, so really, then the other.
We never did try to get up the one zombie that fell over.
Yeah, we did that one. Yeah, he rolled it.
We did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't get up. This one get up, and then he moved here. Well, all right, no, you're right. Maybe he
Because
did
this is
the
a new
last
turn.
one. Go ahead.
Oh.
Work just died.
It might attack me. It's up.
It's up.
Let's assume that's base contact. Can you see it? Yeah, it's
Oh,
in the
yeah.
turn zone, Okay, so I'm engaged there.
And then there's
Okay, an event. So, won't stay down. High threat. Walker. Two blue dice of walkers enter play. All plum walkers immediately stand up. Well, okay, so that's out. So I need
2 blue dice for the walkers. Maximum 3 because there's only
One.
3 left.
3.
3 walkers.
So,
no,
we'll
we
put
got
one
more.
more.
But
That's
only
okay,
3.
it's only 3. So we got 1 on this side, 2 on that side, 2 on
this
that side.
So you need 1 there and 1 there minimum.
Oh, we'll put him here. I don't want you anywhere near this zone.
And 1 on this one.
Yeah, put 1 way out there.
And then
And then 1 in your choice.
Over there.
The walkers are flooding to
Okay,
the
so
area.
now, so this is the splitting combats. This is what I said, things get a little dicey, because I want to attack Carl, obviously.
And so you get 2 zombie bonuses?
Right, but I think then here I'm forced to defend. That's the only thing I can do. Okay, let's see how they split combat.
So, does that force you guys to ignore each other and take zombies only?
So, example. Carl can decide not to attack me and attack the zombies, and he's ignoring me. I'm still attacking you.
Right.
Kind of situation. But then I got the problem of this, I'm still engaged, so this would attack me. So there's technically, at this point, the way I'm understanding this, 2 separate combats. This group of enemies against Carl, and this enemy against me.
Right. And I'll join the zombie.
Correct, yeah. Well, if you're attacking me.
Yes. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I'll join the zombie attacking you.
So then you make attack and defense rolls, or you get no
No,
defense rolls?
so that's his choice. He can either attack, in which case you're attacking this group. These are in base combat here. Then you assign
Right.
the hits however you want to assign them.
Okay.
Makes sense. So this would be 1 attack, whatever dice you got, against this for an
Oh,
attack, right?
okay.
Or you can choose to defend. So it's this attack versus your defense.
I'll
Makes
defend-
sense?
Yeah, I'll defend.
Here,
after that.
though, since I attacked here, I used my attack. I don't have a choice. I have to defend.
Right, okay. So I will defend.
Why would you defend if it's the same dice as your melee?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Because in melee, you still cancel out even though it's still melee?
Yes. So the
Okay.
difference in defense sometimes is you have like at hers is a white die.
Okay.
So she's got a choice to potentially. Another thing I could try to do right now, I could go, man, you know what? I'm going to try to disengage from here, and if I do it, that leaves you fighting 2 zombies and me out of the combat.
Okay.
But I kind of feel like me adding my dice into it helps. So.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah, so I'll just attack then.
okay, so you're going to attack, and then you decide among the
Who
group
goes?
who goes. Obviously, me. I would take a wild guess.
Yeah.
But if you want to get some zombies off back,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
What? You have a question? You have debate?
All right. So if he had chosen to attack 2 zombies and ignored you, what do you do regarding this? Do you get to make a defense roll?
Make a defense roll no matter what against that.
So
Because
you're
I'm not
you can,
attacking it.
hold on
Yeah.
a second. That gives you 2 rolls versus only 1 roll in this situation.
As a defense roll, all I can do is defend. I cannot put any damage
No,
on it.
I understand that, but I'm just saying.
Correct.
So, okay. All right.
What's puzzling about that? He's got 3 enemies in base combat.
Because it gives you 2 dice to avoid damage.
Yes.
instead of just one. In other words, one roll only for the entire combat.
And I'm not doing anti. These are two split combats.
Well, your combat for yourself is one combat, and
Yes.
his combat is
Ah.
one combat. So there are two combats, yes. But I'm just talking about your combat.
My combat is being resolved. My attack is being resolved here.
No, I get what your attack is doing. Okay.
Yes.
But his decision to attack zombies instead of you grants you an additional damage avoidance dice. If he did that.
Okay, maybe you're not understanding. He doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice. He's fighting this combat. I am going to add my attack roll. He's going to add his attack or his defense roll. If he does more damage to me, he decides among this group where that damage goes.
Right. So are you both then going to, then he's going to attack and you're going to roll again?
This is one combat.
Okay. Just contradicted yourself. You said it was multiple combats just a minute ago.
Okay, let me show you. That's a combat. This is one combat. He has nothing to do with this one. Do you understand that? He will be attacked by three people, and he can attack these three people. He cannot do anything about this zombie. Nothing.
I understand
I have
that,
to deal with this
but
zombie.
it bonuses to his attack on you.
How does it?
Remember when you were saying before, when a zombie is supporting your attack on another character,
Yes.
you add the zombie's dice to your
Yes.
attack dice.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you remember that is
Yes.
what it works. So disregarding those two, if it was just this is his combat, he attacks you, he gets his dice to bonus. Okay. If he didn't attack you and he chose to attack zombies, he would.
He doesn't. These are all enemy models. It's one combat. You're not seeing who's engaged. These two are engaged here.
Mhm.
I'm engaged here.
Right.
There is two factions here, as far as he's concerned. This is one, and this is the other. You understand?
Okay. You're missing my point.
Maybe
The only way he gets that zombie to add to his attack is by hitting you. You said before you can choose your targets.
That those zombies to his attack. He can't. They're not engaged with me. They're engaged just with him.
No,
They
no,
never
that
got-
zombie.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That was my point. You said earlier on multiple combats, he has to make a
All right.
decision. If he ignores you,
Let's go with this splitting.
On an
I
attack.
knew this was going to be a nightmare because of the way that. Okay.
Yeah, the combat splitting.
When several models from one side are in
Should just
contact
be
with several
humans,
models from
humans, and
another
zombies.
side.
there's
When several models from one side are in contact with several models from another side, then the players must split the combat. Okay? So, several models are in contact with one side and several models are in contact with the other. Is that what I'm seeing here? Okay, so there's three sides to this.
Right.
Faction A, Faction B, and the zombies.
or are the zombies supporting?
This
One
must
side or the
result,
other.
let me continue to read. This must result in a melee with only one model on one or both of the sides. If the survivor will be eligible to fight multiple enemies, the owning player must choose which to fight. If a walker will be eligible to fight multiple enemies, the player with the initiative must choose which survivor the walker fights.
Right.
Alright, so I have the
Well,
initiative.
there's no choice on what the walkers are fighting. That
Correct.
much we see.
Nudge the models apart slightly to make it clear which walkers are fighting which survivors. This rule cannot be used to take a survivor out of a melee altogether. If a model is engaged, it must fight. See the example of release. Okay. Establish order of combat. Melee is resolved separately for each group of models in base contact. If there are several groups of combatants on the table, the player with the initiative decides the order in which the combats are resolved. So, if I'm seeing this correctly, I decide to initiate this. I'm going to resolve this combat here first. I attack. you.
Okay.
You survive, then sure you can add that to that one. I'm guessing. You can add to this zombie's attack die.
And then he can allocate to all three of them. He doesn't have to say, I want to kill these first. He just rolls and then decides which
Okay,
three
all
to
right,
allocate to.
all right. So let's just assume this is two separate combats, right? I mean, we decided these are split. So what's going to happen is this combat over here is one.
Right.
He survives. Now this guy still has to attack. He's lending us support.
Right.
The only person he can give that damage to his meat.
Right.
You're attacking here. Now you're supporting this. This is the attack that's remaining having.
So-
All you're doing is supporting.
Okay.
This zombie can't split the damage on him. He doesn't
Right.
reach. Does that
Right.
make sense? Okay. So let's look at these examples for a second.
So, that being the case, when he comes to him, if he survives, and he rolls for both of these together, he can't put any damage on these guys.
Correct. That combat's been resolved. We went in order, right? We did. There's two combats happening here. This group fighting here, and this guy attacking me.
Okay, so when it comes to him, and he elects to want to, he cannot elect to fight the zombies then because he's already fought them.
Correct. Well,
Because you've already rolled the dice for
Me and him are done.
Okay.
Let's go over this
try to
again.
work, yeah.
Okay. It's my initiative.
Right.
We split this into
So you
two
get to
groups.
choose which
We're
of
going
the
to fight here first.
two start, okay.
You survive. These guys fought. I fought. You fought.
Okay.
This is left.
So there's
The
one
only
red
thing-
dice is coming your way.
You're supporting here. Would be my assumption.
See,
If you even support, I don't know, but yes.
that's why I brought up it gives you an extra damage avoidance dice.
Yes, he's the one surrounded by 3 enemies. I have 1 on me, 2 potentially with Carl.
Yeah, but he doesn't get a defense roll against that.
No, because I gotta make my choice if I want to attack or defend right now.
So does he. He has to make the same choice. And you make it at the same time because it's the one combat you're rolling on.
I can choose to attack here, which would be stupid. Or I can choose to attack here, which is...
Right.
Now, when I'm left
But when
with this
he's-
combat, all I got left is defense.
My understanding is the way...
That's what he's trying to figure out. Is since you've already done a melee, do you get another melee phase?
No.
No. Okay, so he should be, because he's facing off against you, add that one into his roll. Since it's all one roll
Yeah.
between 2 people. Because you're getting these 2 to add to your roll here. He should be getting this guy to add to the roll.
All right.
And not have that be a separate,
Yeah.
after the fact fight. It's all just one big fight.
Rick isn't doing now.
That's the one thing is they made that kind of confusing in there.
Picture 2 shows the simplest way to split the combat. All survivors are fighting walkers. No one gets to fight the real target this turn as they may face the more immediate threat. So, split the combat. Carl's player has a choice who to fight. He could fight one of the walkers, as in 2, or he can push Derek into the walkers and join in as shown here, leaving both walkers to Rick. For more than 3 wins, we see multiple melees on page 25. The rules above assuming that, okay, walkers outnumbering. Lone walkers are slow and lethargic, blah, blah, blah. If the rule above, this is for walkers piling on, assumes that only 2 sides are involved in the combat, survivors versus walkers, or survivors versus survivors. If there is a 3-sided combat, however, there are both players have models fighting walkers in the same melee. Their attacks are treated slightly differently. To keep things simple, walkers do not fight as a side on their own right when joining a fight between rival survivors.
There we go.
Instead, walkers add their dice to one of the survivor's side's melee rolls.
Perfect.
In a 3-sided combat, so yes.
Perfect. That makes
I
total
get
sense.
these
You get
dice
2 red
against
dice,
you.
he gets 1 red dice for the
I get 3 red dice. 2 for
Well,
the
yeah,
first one.
for the walkers. You get your 2
Yeah.
guys worth
Right,
of dice, and that makes total sense once you break it down to just 2 sides.
I don't like this part of the game because it takes too long to figure out, but we'll see where it goes if I get more practical with it. But I can see a huge mess. Throw another survivor in there now. And, it would, you know. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm fighting you, you're fighting me. You're getting 1 red die from the zombie
Right, and then I
and
get
your weapon.
my 1.
But your weapon is out of ammo, so you're using your fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't got a white die.
Oh wait, that could have been my other action was just to pull this out of my backpack and put it in. Or no,
Yeah.
because I'm.
You
wasn't
lost all your actions for being engaged.
Would you unengaged and then somebody moved into you?
Because I screamed first.
Then yes. You lost your second action.
Okay.
Okay, so I was calculating. White, 1 for the first zombie, 2 for the second zombie. Alright.
And your weapon.
I did, the white.
And your melee value.
And another red. Do we have another red? Thank you.
Not that I want to...
No, make it worse.
It's what it's supposed to be.
I understand where you were getting at. It is actually one big combat.
That's what I was trying to get at.
I didn't see it that way at first. I'm like, no, I just fight that guy when I'm done. I think you're dead. I hope.
Well, actually, I have a 50-50 chance that you just
Can't
gave me a
kill him.
severe concussion.
Okay. 2, 4,
That's
6,
pretty funny.
7.
All right, so
And, well, only one headshot counts, so one additional wound.
I would
So you
remove
got
3. So I would be possibly dead.
Okay.
He's got the magic hat.
And I do die. My hat did not save me.
Okay, you're dead.
Hit-
Now, here's the question. Do I win? Or do I get
Or
to
do you
die?
need to get out?
Yeah, we'll find out here in a
I
second.
think it said as soon as all the other
I hope
opposing
so. 'Cause
players.
This is a Pyrrhic way to victory. I'm surrounded.
That's what it was, but like I said, I only watched a couple of YouTube videos.
If the player is wiped out before this happened, their opponent wins by default. If both players have the same number of counters, the game is drawn. Okay, so I win by wiping out regardless of that.
Right.
Well, that wasn't dicing. That was definitely a bad situation.
Well, no.
Yeah,
I-
what you got was dicing.
3
yes.
times.
Fair.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, this is the first 2. There is one more, which is their generic one. I don't think we have the time for it today, but if you guys want to do this again, we can do it again sometime in the very near immediate future and see how that plans out. This one, we can play it solitaire, cooperative, and I suggest we maybe do that and try to put in the terrain rules to see how those work as far as the buildings.
That's at gangs at 300 or so.
The Walking Dead is called.
Yeah.
Basically, you get 14 points of terrain, or if we use the terrain
Well,
that's in the base.
But it's 300 points or less on this.
On that map.
300 points worth of guys.
We're in a game store. We can make the map as big as we want if you want to make a bigger point
Yeah.
cost kind of situation. So, yeah, I mean,
I don't know how many points are.
they say up to 300 points, 20-inch square.
Okay, so I didn't get far enough in the rules.
Yeah.
But the question, say you take any of the characters, Rick or
Mhm.
anybody. When you're designing a
Yes.
game design,
Yep.
can you pull anything out of the equipment and supplies you want?
All right, so survivor groups. So you set the point level, okay? You got to abide by these following rules. Many models in the games are neutral, will not have a faction symbol on their card. These models can be part of any group, however, they have an allegiance to a particular leader or location represented by their faction symbol. So if you look in the very top,
Hat.
Yeah,
Law
that-
enforcement.
that's
Or whatever.
Rick's gang. These guys are neutral, right? So a group can only contain survivors from a single faction as well as neutral characters. So I believe all we got in this starter was Rick's group.
So
So
these
you-
2 are neutral?
Yep, you got no symbol. So all of these we can all ban under Rick, and it won't matter. As far as Rick, so he doesn't have to be the leader, okay? Because you appoint a leader. But
You pick one of them to be leader,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay,
Well, and his leader ability, that is awesome when you're
What's
playing
it?
cooperative. It lowers the threat level.
but that's
Yep.
actually awesome. His is not as good. He basically, if you're within his killed zone, you use his nerve level, which is high.
His is, if you're a bruiser, all the bruisers within start of melee, when chain is engaged, and every bruiser within 6 inches gain a red dice to their melee attack rolls until the end of the turn.
Oh, sweet. And I forgot my extra red dice for the
So all
for
the-
the berserk ability, but.
So all the bruisers, if there's lots of bruisers, Shane's big on that.
Well, okay, so we got a possibility of different leaders, and it'll tell you at
So-
the top if it's a leader.
Or a
So
support class.
then
Bruiser.
the question then comes,
Hey, there's more rules for construction. One model must be selected as the group leader. Okay. No more than half of the models in your group, rounding up, may be of the same character type, Unless-
bruiser, tactician, etc.
unless it is the same type as your leader. So you
Ah.
can have a gang of bruisers
Bruisers.
if
So-
your leader is a bruiser.
So yeah, he's a tactician.
Yeah. Otherwise, you gotta.
Limited to 1 bruiser.
Okay.
So, leader types, real quick. Bruiser favors melee combat and feats of strength. Tactician Best at threat management and coordinated efforts. Marksman favors ranged combat. Support provides boost, medical aid, or just moral support for the group. And runner, expert scavenger, quick on their feet.
That doesn't make much sense because his shoot is better than his melee. He's a bruiser.
Maybe the weapon he comes with or something. I don't know. Okay, so basically in that example, if you had a group of 8 people with Rick Grimes, who is a tactician, you couldn't have more than 4 marksmen, but you can have as many tacticians as you wanted, right? So, you may never have more than one version of the same character. Well, that. So if you have Rick Grimes, Atlanta camp leader, you can't have Rick Grimes, police officer.
Right.
In some games, opposing players may have the same characters in their group. You may never purchase more equipment cards for a model than its available item slots allow. No, don't forget to leave room for any items you need to pick up on board. That's it. There is no.
Okay, so for starting characters, you can't use the supply deck. You're limited to the equipment deck.
Correct. Supplies are things you find.
So you had 5 guys to start the base game with, right? Or is there 6?
I think there's one more. 6. There was one more.
There's only 5 pieces of equipment.
Oh, it's understood. Yeah, some
It
people.
is.
Plus
people
whatever
Oh,
was given in
there's
this
one more here.
Okay, so there is 6.
And these
Okay.
two.
And he's got more over here. All right, so there's potentially.
So you took them out of the equipment to give them to people. Okay, so the booster that I bought, Shane's booster, comes with 4 equipment cards to add to the stack. So if you're throwing everything that you own into it to create a gang,
Yeah, and I mean, okay, so if we decide to do this, and I'm okay with trying it, if you guys want to try that scenario, and I would like to play cooperative. I don't know how you guys feel.
Yeah.
Let's see how we
Yeah,
do.
that works.
So if it's 4 of us, we could set a limit of 75 points each. What did that put us? That put us 150, 300 points, which
Yeah,
is the
that's
limit
exactly
for a
300.
10 by 20.
right?
And that, I mean, these characters, when you look at them, Rick is the highest pointed cost one in the game.
Yeah.
He's 50 points. That still leaves you, what, in the base, I should say, in the base starter. That still leaves you some room for 54. Okay. But that still leaves you some room for equipment,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Or get more characters.
Yeah, it doesn't leave a lot for.
The big problem will be, I think we're going to run out of characters at 75 points, so I don't know how we want to do this, but you got more, and I can buy a booster pack, and then we have some choices. Of what we
I
want
think
to do.
Well, no,
Debating on buying some too now.
Okay.
So, for instance, right now, just on equipment that I have to go with these guys, there's 71 points right there.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
And that's Shane
Yeah.
with a gun. He doesn't get the rest of his stuff because he's limited to 75.
sure.
But
Well, and I'm just setting out a point cost out there, but I mean,
Right.
theoretically, you could also go 40 and
No, no,
you know, yeah. So
yeah, if we've got other things to add to the mix, here's Reggie that can be tossed into the fact. But then you still have if you pick Rick as the leader, okay, are there any bruisers in the starting?
bruiser leaders,
No, just bruisers.
yeah. There's Patrick and Derek.
Okay, so and these 2 are bruisers. So
You're thinking about going with a bruiser.
the only choice we would have with the existing characters we have in our supply right now in order to create a gang with that many points would be to make him the leader as the bruiser leader, because we otherwise we couldn't use 4 bruisers under Rick.
It depends on how many people we end up total, because no more than half. So
It's
yeah,
150
so-
points.
yeah, fair. Okay.
So it'd be really well, actually
It's 100.
we have a total of 8, don't we? 6 and 2 right now.
And he's thinking about.
No,
I might
I'm
pick
just
up-
looking at what exists right this minute if we were to
Sure.
try to create that
Understood.
situation. We could use all 4 bruisers.
But yeah, just as
Because we
a
only have 8 characters.
Gotcha.
If we used 8.
Okay.
frame of reference, that would put 2 characters under each person's control, roughly.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Roughly.
Yes, I understand that, but that you can't equip a Rick
Yeah.
or a Shane with anything and have a partner for him.
Fair, but when we
Gotcha.
talk about the total
There's no
putting
way.
together a gang is one thing. The actual who can run these miniatures, we can each run 2 characters roughly is what I'm trying to get at if we shoot for 8. Just quick point, the supplies don't have a point cost. You can't purchase them. They're stuff you find in the game. Does that make sense? So,
Yes.
so the only thing you can buy is the equipment.
Okay.
Everything else is just, oh, look,
Okay.
you found ammo, you found whatever. So, Okay, well, I think that's it for us today, folks, at home. I hope you guys had fun with it. We're going to put it up on the YouTube channel. When we're going to do this again, I don't know. We'll have to figure out. I think next Sunday we're playing something different, but we're cogitating. We might do this again next Sunday. Once we have it firm, we'll put it up on the YouTube channel. You guys will know. All right, hope you guys had fun. If you have rules questions, ask us. We're not experts, but we argued through them and figured it out in the end. So, and Mike was right. I'll give him credit for that. Yes, that was supposed to be one combat. But I mean, the way you read it in the base rule book, in the little starter thing, it was really difficult to ascertain. I had to go
Dig
deep.
Yeah.
That's the only way the dice balanced.
No, yeah, but it made
It's one
sense.
big
Yeah, I
combat.
mean, you effectively got two factions. The second they said the survivors didn't count as a faction in this combat, then that made sense. Then it's me and you, and who's supporting what. So.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna shut off the stream. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.
So.
Alright, the characters go in the